Okay, everybody. Hope you guys are ready for some Kerbal Space Program. I know it's been a little while. It's got to be about 2 months since we played this last, and according to Steam, when it told me the information. I apologize for it taking so long. I got so stuck in playing so much Fall Guys. Oh my goodness, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. And I also got stuck playing the Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. But yeah, we did not forget about our Kerbals out in space, and right here, we did not forget about it. We're going to say hello to some folks who just came in the chat. We got Garrett, Onabushu, Fish and Hank. JW was first in the chat, he says. Good, very good. Craig Durbin wants some more Durbin satellites. That's right, we named our satellites after Durbin, I believe. Johnny Kilo, what's going on? Onabushu failed a 16-person thin ice. Yikes. Yikes. New line, what's going on? Lurkin in the background says Steve Woods. Okay. So just as a reminder, we'll go into our tracking station here. This is our planet, Kerbin, based on the Earth. We do have a satellite in orbit. This yellow line here, or whatever color that is, because you guys say I'm colorblind, that's a proposed satellite that we could launch. We could take a contract to launch in that orbit. But this white line going around, this here is the Durbin Relay. So that is a satellite that we did put into space, and you can see it relaying all the green lines. We can turn that on and off. That's our communication lines, just to show that we got strong network connections between those items. Over here we got the Mun. We'll zoom in on that, which is the moon, basically. Again, the purple line is a satellite we could launch, and we could make money by launching that. But if we zoom in, we got 3 of them in orbit here already. We got the Air Cub Grind, Cub Grind Relay, and oh, we had 3 of them. Yeah, well, there's one there. There's one there. We got a lot of them in orbit. I don't know how many we put in orbit. I think maybe we put... it looks like we put 2 in orbit going around the poles, and it looks like maybe we put 2 in orbit around the equator. So that's Durbin Relay 2, and that's Air Cub Grind Relay. I don't know. We put a bunch of them in orbit. Air Cub Grind was, I think, Muscle Shell coming up with another name other than Durbin. I think it uses everything from Durbin's name or some nonsense like that. So that's what we've done. We've done a mission. I think we flew by Minmus, which is the next satellite of Kerbin, way out here. Minmus. We've done a flyby of that, and I think we did a flyby of the Mun. I think tonight we're going to try to do some landings. I don't know. We're going to try. Oh, guys, guess we're going to sleep early, says Nubs. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Durbin Space 007 Revenge. Uh-oh. I'm not going to be able to keep up with chat here. I'm already screwing up the chat. Because I'm doing this from my computer. It's not the same setup that I usually have. Mikey says he had homemade meatloaf and fries for dinner. Well, that's what Nightbot told me, at least. That's what Nightbot says. That's pretty funny. Do you have gravy or tomato sauce? JW wants to know. JW wants to know. Space Rocket Aiden? Well, maybe we'll name it. Maybe we'll name it the Aiden, or maybe we'll name it the Banana or something. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. So we need to go back, get out of the. Hopefully the audio sounds good. I tried to do a couple tests of it before I started. I was playing around with a bunch of the settings, and hopefully you can hear me well, and you can hear the game audio as well. So we need to go into, what are these different buildings? That's the space plane hangar. I haven't played this in so long, I'm not going to remember. We can build space planes there. We don't want to do that. Only ketchup on it. Okay. So let's get tomato sauce. Mission control. Okay, so here's the missions we can take. We've looked at those. So right there, there's that polar satellite around Kerbin. We could do a satellite around Eve. That'd be a tough mission to do right now. And then there's a station around Minmus. We're not doing that. Active contracts are to position satellites around the Mun. Space data from Minmus. Flag on the Mun. Surface of Mun science data. And exploring Minmus. I think we're going to Minmus first. Even though Minmus is further out, it's easier to land on because it has much lower gravity and it has very flat surfaces. So I think that's going to be our first attempt. And then if we are successful with that, we'll go land on the Mun. So for Minmus, we need to land, plant a flag, and then return the Kerbin from the surface. Return to Kerbin from the surface. And then we'll get a whole bunch of money in science. The data around, science data around Minmus is just any science from around Minmus we can do. Okay. Okay, so the issue with this, doing this is, if we really want to maximize our science in this game, we need to bring an engineer with us so they can reset the science experiments. So we can bring one thermometer and then, or like one barometer, and just keep resetting the data over and over, and then using the same one and collecting from different biomes, like once in space above the moon, once in low space, once landed on the moon, and all the different areas. And then if we go to multiple biomes and everything. The problem is we only have, under R&D, we only got a capsule that can hold one person at a time, I believe. This is the stuff we hold on. We only got 2.2 science, so space exploration now. This is the capsule we need. So we're a couple steps away, and a lot of science from unlocking this part right here, the Mark 1-3 command pod that holds 3 people. So now we got to decide, do we bring a pilot that'll be able to fly the craft better, or do we bring just a scientist who will be better at resetting the experiments? And I'm leaning towards just bringing the scientist and trying to fly by wire and not crash. I think that's probably going to be a mistake, but if we crash, you guys will think that's funny. And then we'll just hit undo and reset, because I'm not going to kill my Kerbals. I'm going to cheat, probably. So, got to mix the barbecue stuff together, you say? I don't know what you're talking about. Ketchup's great with it. Ketchup's great with everything, pretty much. Alright, so I think we just got to start building. We just got to get to Minmus. Let's make this happen. So we need to build a craft. First. I'm going to go out of here. I'm going to go into that research thing, and I just want to see what science we've already got. We go to our archive. We'll click on Kerbin, which is our home planet. We're going to Minmus first. What am I talking about? Minmus. What have we done around Minmus? Well, actually, it looks like we've done a lot. We've done pressure scans in space, high and near of Minmus. We've done crew reports, EVA reports. We've done mystery goo observations, high over Minmus, near Minmus, and we returned a vessel. So we've done some goo experiments high above. So we don't have to worry about doing too much science while flying over Minmus. We can save all of our experimentation for when we're landed on the surface, I believe. So just wanted to check on that. Again, if you guys want to talk to me, or if you have questions or anything, or need me to answer something, please make sure to tag my name, because the way I have this set up is just difficult to see that. Gotta have the flu guy. What are we talking about? Fly guy. Okay. Coin. Yep, you're putting some links. Coin giveaway. Lots of free stuff. Gonna straighten Mikey's teeth. Very good. You know, you're lucky. I mean, it sucks, but you're fortunate to be in that position. So to be able to get that fixed while you're a young man. So we're gonna start out with a command pod. We always start out with a command pod. And how do I zoom? Let's zoom in. So that's our command pod. And I guess we build from the last part of the ship to the first part of the ship. So first, we got to build our landing craft. Let's think here. Utility, we're going to want a parachute on this. Okay, so that gets us home. That doesn't get us home. We need to get... I'm trying to remember this, so it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. We need to get a heat shield. I think it's this size heat shield. Okay, that gets us home right there. That gets us home. Alright. Craig says hello to the Kerbals. Alright. Look at all of them down there, at all the engineers. And we got our flag back there, United States Space Force, the official flag of our space program. So very cool. Very cool. Alright, so we got... that brings us home. Next, we need to figure out the landing section. What do we need to do? Or do we put some science on this part right here? I don't think we need to. What do we gotta do? I need a coupler. That's the next thing. A TD-12, I believe, coupler. So that's going to let us separate this from the rest of our craft. Let's get a fuel tank. And is this it? The 200? Is that going to be enough to land? I don't know. I don't know what it takes to land on the moon. Or oh, we're going to Minmus, so I don't know what it takes. So I'm tempted to over-engineer this sucker like crazy. What do they always say? More power the better, right? So maybe we do something like this. Just put a whole bunch of these fuel tanks on here. Make a lander. Is that centered? No. Not really, but do we care? Not really. So I can then maybe build a ladder right there, and then that's going to be my lander right there. I'll put the engines onto the port, or at least one engine on it. But these are just extra fuel tanks, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take landing legs, micro landing struts, and put them on each corner like this, as low as I can go. There we go. That's going to be my lander, maybe. So make it nice and wide at the bottom, because we like them nice and wide on the bottom, don't we? We all do. I know we do. And that'll make it easier to land, I think. Because if you make a... Instead, what I'm thinking, if I want to bring this much fuel for the landing, I could have this many tanks stacked up, straight and long. Some of you guys like them straight and long. But then you'd have the landing gear it'd be real top heavy and tipsy. So I think this is the way to do it. Hey there, Aiden, how you doing? And we will name this craft Aiden 1. Alright, so this is going to be Aiden 1, our first trip to the Minmus. So that's that. We're going to need to put our engine on this. So what engine do we want to land on the moon? I have no idea. I can't remember which are the good engines and which are the ones... I think Terrier? I don't know. Do we want to put a Terrier engine on this? The Poodle... Let's see, what's this? This has thrust of 250 in a vacuum. The Terrier has... Oh yeah, we don't want this one. We want the other one. We want the Poodle engine, I think. Oh, that's a huge engine. No, we can't have that one. Dang it. I think we might have to bring the Terrier engine. Has very low thrust, but I think it'll work. The gravity is very small. If we're struggling to take off on Minmus, then we know that this won't work when we go to the moon. We'll have to do something a little better for the moon. And sorry, when you guys see, like, sometimes, like on my screen, I'm scrolling up and down. That's me actually going down and scrolling up in my chat, but it still scrolls up and down in my game for some reason. Dallas says, TF is this game. Well, this is Kerbal Space Program. I don't know what the TF means, but you don't have to explain that. I'm sure I can figure that out, Dallas. And if that is what I think it means, you probably shouldn't be saying that at your age, young man. Okay, so that, I think, is our lander. What do you guys think? Is that good? Is that good? Now, this isn't going to be very realistic, I guess, because I'm going to put this at the top of the rocket. You wouldn't want to launch something like this at the top of a big rocket, because it wouldn't be very aerodynamic. I don't really care, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should try to be more realistic. I don't know. But what we're going to do next is we're going to put some science experiments on these, I think. Aiden woke up with a headache? Well, do the best you can, Aiden. Hopefully you can hear tonight. I don't know if you can. Science. What science do we want to... Now, do we want to bring a science junior? I kind of do. That's a ton of science, if we can do that. You know, let's try. So let's move that right there. Let's get the science junior, and then put that there. Okay, that's going to be a little crazy. Let's try to do that, because that's a ton of science. We need the science. And if we can get that while landed on Minmus, we'll be happy campers. Let's get back off of four-way science there. Actually, let's put that back on four-way. Nah, I don't want to do that. Well, yeah, I do. I don't know. You know, let's just build this and quit worrying about it, right? Let's put this back on four-way. Let's put 4 thermometers on this thing. Let's put 4 sets of science on this. Let's do the goo first. So there's going to be a goo on each piece. There's going to be a thermometer on each part. And there's going to be a barometer on each part. So that's what that looks like. So we can do 4 different experiments if we want. I think we can only do the Science Junior once because we're not going to bring an engineer. Let's just make sure who we're bringing. Crew is going to be Jebediah Kerman. He's our pilot, so that's who we're bringing. On Aiden 1. How do I get out of this? I don't know how to get out of it. Build. Okay. Phallic? Well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, but if you think so, that's what you think, maybe. I think most rockets some people think look like that, Craig. I don't know. See, this is me scrolling up and down in the chat, and it's making my craft scroll. You want to see Kittle play? Well, that's what we're doing, Aiden. I don't know, am I building Apollo 11? No. I'm building Aiden 1. Now, an Apollo-style capsule would be, I would build a separate moon lander, and then I'd put the rocket, I'd put that, like, in a cargo bay, and I'd build a huge rocket, and then while we were in space, I'd, you know, take the moon lander out, spin around my main command module, dock to it, fly to the moon, keep the command module in orbit around the moon, land the lander, bring the lander back up to the command module, and fly home. This thing is going to the Minmus is where we're going first. This thing's landing, and this thing's bringing us home, all in one. So it's not exactly like the Apollo. So this here's our lander. This is it, I think. Is there anything else we want to put on this? Yes, there is. What are we forgetting? We're forgetting batteries. We need batteries. Let's look for power. Electrical battery. What is this? You know what? Screw it. Let's just put those right there. Looks stupid, but that's a good spot for them. We want lots of power. We also want solar panels. So let's put a solar panel, 4 of them, just around the outside like that. So we got power. Okay, so we got power. We also want an antenna so we can talk to home. Let's put the antenna. Where's the antennas here? Right here. Let's put a commutron. Let's just use this. We got a good relay network. Let's just stick one of these. Now we just want one of them. So click through. So we get one. I don't want to cover up my flag on the back. That would be bad. So let's just stick one. You know what? I like symmetry though. So let's just. We don't need 2. One's good enough. One would do the job, but let's just have 2 of them on there. Just for fun. Just for fun. Can't watch on here, only chat. Oh, like his school computer blocks it, huh? I bet his school computer blocks video from YouTube. That's probably what it does. That's why he says he can't hear and then he can't see. That sucks. Alright, let's just check. That's all utility stuff. Now, I could actually bring more Kerbals. Even though I don't have the really good capsule that holds 3 people, this capsule is more like the Mercury capsule that only holds 1. I could install this Mark I cabin somewhere, bring 2 more people like in a cabin, but then I gotta bring that home, and I don't know. It just seems like a huge piece to bring home. We'll do another moon landing in the future or something with more people once we can. Can I cover them with cones? I don't know if you usually can. Let's see, structural or aerodynamics. Yes, I could. So I could cover those with cones. That would help me in the takeoff. And let's probably do that. Now remember, this is going to be in space. If I had it set up, let me look if I have this. Structural. I don't think I have any of the fairings unlocked. If I had the fairings unlocked, I could then put it down here, cover the whole thing, and make like one big cone around this that we could separate while we're in space to make the rocket aerodynamic. I don't think I have those unlocked yet. But, But I think we're not bringing any of this home, so let's get rid of these batteries. Let's put those cones there, because I like that idea. I like it, just for looks. I think it'll look cooler, so we'll put the aerodynamic nose cones there. There we go. But now we need batteries. Where are we going to put a battery? We don't really need that many batteries. So what we're going to do is we're just going to separate that. I don't think we really need batteries at all, because we're going to be mostly in the sun. We're going to try to stay in the sun. Where's the batteries again? Power. Let's just put one. Oh, that's a little battery. That ain't going to work. I thought we had the bigger batteries unlocked. Let's put that back. Let's just put this battery And let's just do that. Hopefully they don't burn off in our ascent. Hopefully they don't burn off. Those are stupid looking batteries. Those are basically just the first batteries you unlock. It's like some big AA batteries in a holder. So that's what we get. That's what we get. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just save this for now, just to make sure. I like to save. We're at 782 and on the road to 790. That's right, New Line. That is right. I'm glad to hear that. Video for science class. We're going to learn some math here, Aiden. We're going to learn math for sure. I'm going to teach you math whether you like it or not. He can't hear me. I keep talking to Aiden and he can't hear me. So, all right. So let's just go through all the parts. What do we got? Utility. We could put some lights on it. Do we want to put landing lights on it? Is that here? Do we have landing lights? That's a navigation light, spotlights, illuminator. We don't need these. We don't need those because we're landing on the sunny side anyway. We don't need those. Famous last words, right? Launch escape system, dome lights. We don't need lights. Cargo. We don't need that. Science. Some of this is new stuff. I know there was an update since the last time we played. I think this is all new stuff. EVA jetpacks and experiment kits. I don't even know what those are. Communication, we're good. Power, we're good. Thermal, we're good. Landing legs, we're good. Now I think we can build the rocket. I think we can build the rocket. And I don't know what it's going to take to get there. That's reaction wheels. We don't need that. We're probably going to screw this up a few times, but let's go ahead and put another separator. So coupler, decoupler, the TD12 decoupler right there. That covers up our engine, so that is what's going to land right there. Let me zoom out. Cost to adopt a cat from Albania is $578. Okay, that's a weird random fact. Okay. There is a tutorial around that's really helpful to learn. In this game, absolutely. We've done part of tutorials and oh, you mean you're talking about the game you have? Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I mean you gotta get your phone back, dude. And I'm talking to Aiden again. So what do we do? What do we do to launch this sucker? We need lots and lots of fuel and power. I think right away what we're gonna do is we want to go to structural, and we want this Rocket Brand Max adapter. Does this hold fuel or not? I don't think it does. It says it does, doesn't it? Rocket Man. 10A. Is this the one? No. It's this one. We want to go to this sucker. Boom. So we're going to make a big, crazy rocket. We're going to overpower this thing so much that it's going to make you want to puke. Alright, so that's the Rocket Max. So we're going to use the Rocco Max parts. So we're going to use this. We're going to make another stage on this. That's a lot of fuel there. We're actually going to go like this. We're going to raise this sucker up because we're going to need more room. That's a big fuel tank. And let's use engines. What engine are we going to use there? We're going to use the Poodle engine on that. This is going to be our getting to the moon phase right there. Then we're going to put another coupler. This coupler. And then this next section is going to be our launching into space section. Where's tanks? Fuel tanks? And let's put 2 of these there. Boom. And boom. And then we're going to put a big, crazy engine at the bottom of that. Which engines are right here. What engine is the best for this? I think it's going to be the Skipper, maybe? Is that our only big engine so far? Yeah, I think that's the only one we got unlocked so far. So I guess it's going to be the Skipper. The game called Cards, yes. What's the next auction going to be about? Don't know, Mikey, but it's probably going to be just a bunch of random stuff. A bunch of everything. So that's the Skipper engine. I'm getting warnings from YouTube that my bitrate sucks. Well, I don't know what to do about that. Doesn't say I have any dropped frames. But okay, so that's going to be that. We could go with just that, but I want more power. I want more power. Did I get fuel lines unlocked? Yes, I did. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a separator. We're only going to go with one. We're not going to go crazy just yet. So let's get the radial decoupler. And we're going to go right about here with those. No, we only want 2 of those. Let's not get crazy. So we got 2 of those. And then we'll attach another fuel tank to those. So there's that. We'll attach another fuel tank to the bottom of that. We'll attach 2 more. So we could do this with fuel, or we could do it with a solid rocket booster. I don't know. Let's just try it with this. These engines are expensive, though, so if I cared about money, which I kind of do, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So those engines added like another 10 grand to our launch. And then we're going to take fuel lines and route the fuel from this tank into this tank. So when these tanks are empty, this middle tank will start out full. It'll drain fuel from there into there. So this engine will burn, but no fuel will come out of here. All the fuel will come out of these tanks. That's kind of how that works. We'll see if we can get... I don't think I have aerodynamics for this yet. I don't have those unlocked. We could do this. I mean, that's just kind of not helpful. Yeah, we're just going to go without aerodynamics on that. I mean, you know what? I guess this is better than nothing. It only cost a couple $100. It's better than nothing. It looks stupid, but that's what we got. Do I have structural? I do have struts, so let's build some struts just to keep this thing from shaking apart. And those automatically come off the craft when you separate. These are just kind of like... Let's just do that, just to keep it from a little bit more stable. I'll leave the top part alone. I don't think I need to mess with that. Do I need a ladder to get up and down from here when we're on the moon? Probably not. The gravity... Or sorry, on Minmus. I keep saying the moon. Heat shields on the fuel tanks for lunar landing. No, there's no atmosphere. There's no atmosphere. Don't need any heat shields. There's no atmosphere at all. So you don't need any... Now, if we were going to land on Mars, which is doing it in the game, we would absolutely need heat shields, parachutes, and all that, because there's an atmosphere. Is this everything, or am I forgetting something? Well, let's just go ahead and save. And let's go through the staging. Okay, here's the staging. These 2 rockets will light first. We want actually all 3 rockets to light at the same time. So that's what's going to happen. Then, once those fuel's out, we'll separate those. And then we'll separate that when the middle tank's empty. Okay, that's right. Then we'll launch that engine. That's correct. Then that separates. Then that engine lights. Correct. And then the final thing is that separates, and then we launch our parachute. I think all the staging's correct now. Oh, we got a red light. What do we got? Oh, the mass of this is too heavy. So we're too heavy. We can't launch this. We got a maximum of 140 tons that we can launch based on our current setup. And this is 145. So we got to lose some weight. We got to lose some weight here. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. Let's get rid of these then. That took hardly any weight off. Yeah, I don't know. No fins? Yeah, I mean, that's what we could have looked at fins. But these engines, I believe, swivel. Let's just double check that. Engines. Thrust. I don't know if these swivel or not. I don't know how to figure that out, really. Right mouse button's more information. Thrust. Gimbaling. They do gimbal, so you can steer with the engines. So we really don't need fins. They help a little bit. They do help, but... so it's too heavy, so we can't do this. We can't do this. I think what we might do is... We're going to abandon this stuff on the outside, because that's the heaviest part. Now we're down to 67 tons if we just launch as is. Let's go with the solid rocket boosters. And these things are kind of weird. I wish I could just attach it right like that. Can I? Nope, that attaches them right to the thing without being on my separators. You gotta click the mouse on the separator to get them to attach to that, but then they're kind of high. You know what? Screw it, let's just see if it works. That gets us to 82 tons. That's way underweight now. Is this gonna be enough to launch us? You know what? Let's just try. Let's just try, right? What's the worst that can happen, other than the entire thing exploding and killing us all? Do we really want to do that, though? Do we really want to do it this way? No. Got a better idea. Let's get rid of these separators. Go back to... Whoops, I don't want to do that. I just opened up something on my computer that I don't know what it is by clicking on the wrong icon. I'm going to go down here. Let's try to get this lined up, kind of. So we get... So that's straight on. We're going to get the quad separators. We're going to have to redo all our staging. We are going to get solid rocket boosters on 2 of these. No, 2 of these. There it is, me opening up the same thing again. I gotta, like, undo that. That's something I don't need to open up. Come on, get rid of the bottom bar there. There we go. So we need to do... Can I do a solid rocket booster just on 2? Whoa, that's a huge solid rocket booster. No, it's gonna do it just on... No, it's not going to let me do that. So I need to get these out of here. Do it back to 2. Go to separator, coupling. Just put 2 of these on. Straight back and forth. Let's line this up again so it looks good. Why is that separated like that? Oh, it's just the way it looks. Okay. We'll put that there. Let's do first things first. No, it did 4 of them again. Damn, I don't want to do that. 2. Undo this. And just do 2 of them. Is that lined up good enough? Good enough. No fins want to fall over. We want good landings for no. We're trying. We're trying. We're going to save first. We're going to save first. But we're going to go ahead and do fuel tank. And we're going to do the big fuel tank. But just 2 of them instead. We're just... like this. We're going to try to get away with... Okay, so those will separate. We're going to do our fuel lines. We're at 103 tons. That's how we want that. We don't have engines on those, but we're bringing more fuel. Now, I'm going to get 2 more decouplers. I'm going to put those a little higher. Maybe a lot higher. And I'm going to get... I forgot we had these other solid rocket boosters. I'm going to put 2 massive solid rocket boosters on these. Nope, that's too much weight. That's 151 tons. So let's just get rid of these. Look at that. That's going to be kind of cool. Let's, we'll be folding up the landing gear so that landing gear won't get in our way. This is going to be 115 tons. We're launching this. We're done playing around, kids. Boom. Let's put some structural connectors on here. Let's just connect this to this. That's going to be good. And, you know, just for fun, we'll go from here to there. That didn't work. Did it? I don't know. It didn't look like it did. Let's get rid of that and try again. You know, let's just go all the way to the thing. Let's just really stabilize this. Let's go from there to there. So those will stabilize that a little bit. We'll put a couple more struts. More struts, more better, right? Just to keep it from shaking apart. Is this going to work? No frickin' idea. Is this going to shake apart and explode? Possibly. So we're going to save. We're going to save. This is Aiden 1. And let's go through the launch. We're going to do solid rocket boosters first. And I want my engine to light at the same time. So solid rocket booster and the engine's going to light all at once. I might not do full throttle at first because I want to conserve some of that fuel. Then it's going to be separating the solid rocket boosters. Then we separate the bottom stage, light that engine, separate that, light the next engine, separate, and then parachute. I think that's good. Show severity. I don't know all this design stuff. I don't know how any of this stuff works, really. Let's save, And let's go to the launch pad, right? Are we doing this? Not very aerodynamic? Oh, I just hit leave. I didn't mean to hit leave. Let's go back in. Hopefully they didn't get rid of my spacecraft. I meant to go to launch pad. I don't know how to play this game. Sorry, guys. Let's just see if that... Hopefully... you know what I might need to do? Just to make this look a little better. Let's add one of these, right? Let's go into... let's add one of these, just to hold it at the launch pad. So that's going to launch everything I want, and that's going to decouple. Okay, perfect. Now we'll save again. Aiden 1, go into the launch pad. Fire in the hole. Interactive physics, that was a neat program. Okay, I don't remember that. Okay, so here's our spacecraft. Not the most aerodynamic, but it doesn't matter as long as we get up, as long as we don't go too fast. Let's actually toggle our landing gear. Fold in our landing gear, that's going to help. It doesn't really matter too much in this game, as long as you don't go too fast in the lower atmosphere. Yeah. Dang, this is not going to be good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do max throttle right now. I'm going to put on my stability assist system to help me with the launch. And, oh, jeez. This is not going to be good. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it and see how that happens. Worst case, we revert to the assembly building and try again. And then we'll go in 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay, nice slow launch. I'm going to lower my throttle a little bit to save fuel, because we're still going up. I got about half throttle. Now we'll go a little more than that. We want more power. That's a nice ascending rate. Once we get up to about here, I'm going to start making a turn towards 90 degrees on the nav ball, because that's where we go in orbit. We want to go first get into orbit, and then we'll worry about getting to Minmus. This might not be enough power, because let's go 100% throttle. Might not have enough fuel and stuff. Not sure. This ain't going fast enough yet, I don't think. We're at 5,000 meters. Space is at 70,000. Tilting over. Not the most aerodynamic. You can see some aerodynamic forces on the craft right now because we're going a little bit too fast, a little bit too low. If those start turning red, parts might start exploding, but so far so good. There's our solid rocket boosters. Let's see if they separate without hitting. They did. Perfect. Might need more to get into space, though. I don't know. I think this will work. We don't want to tip over too much too fast, because we'll flip the rocket. We don't have fins on this. Let's lower the throttle a little bit. Let this thing coast up. I think we're going to go way too high and too steep. Let's try to bring it down a little bit and flatten out this orbit. Let's try to flatten out this orbit a little bit. Okay, we're up at 40,000. There should be very minimal atmosphere left. You can see the atmosphere gauge. We're almost out of the atmosphere. There's a little bit of air working on us, but not much. So let's flatten this thing out and get into orbit. Let's check, how do I go into orbit here? I can't even remember. Let me look at my thing. Change camera, orbit. I don't know how to do this. I think I can just click on this. Toggle map. Yeah. So that's getting us up to 70,000. That's orbit. That's in space. So we're actually stretching this out pretty good. This is actually a lot better than I thought. But we're almost out of gas. We're almost out of fuel in this stage. So let's just keep going. We're stretching this out. We need this to go all the way around the planet to be in orbit. We're not even close. We're not even close. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we can get there. So toggle map mode. I need to learn how to toggle the map, I guess. Is it just M? Let's see if this is M. Yeah, M works. Okay, we just ran out of gas. We were in space. Let's separate that stage. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the next stage. and try to get into orbit. We're going to stay right at the horizon there, 90 degrees, so we're in a nice equatorial orbit. We're far off, but we do got a lot of gas. This is a very efficient engine, and we got tons of gas. The lighter you make the craft, the less fuel you need to make to, or less fuel you need to get to the next spot. So we're actually, I think we're going to have enough. I think we're going to have enough. So we are now, you can see we're stretching out our orbit. We're right at the apoapsis. We need to, like, go max throttle. I don't know why we're not at max throttle. That was a mistake. Should have been at max throttle right there. Stay right here. We need to make sure that stays above 70,000. It will. It's going up. That's good. We should have done this burn before we got to the apoapsis. We're doing this pretty inefficiently. But as soon as that goes around and makes an orbit, we'll cut the engine. Right now, if we stop, we're going to crash into the ocean. We got to keep burning. We did this pretty inefficiently, but I think it's still going to be good. We're gonna live. Yeah, it's going to go all the way around. So, see, there's our orbital path, growing and growing and growing. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? There we go. We got a periapsis. Got to get that above 70. Yeah, we're kind of screwed that up. We kind of screwed that up. Well, it's not going to be above 70. We need to... It's going to be a little lower than 70. But I think it's fine. It's not going to dip into the atmosphere too much. And we can try to correct that a little bit, I think. Maybe by turning and burning... I think that's called radial burning. Let's just give it a little throttle. Oops, I didn't mean to hit caps lock. I'm going to turn on the gas. Yeah, that's raising us up pretty quick, pretty fast by doing it this way. Let's just try to get that up above 70. Okay. We're probably already under 70. Yeah, we're already dipped into the atmosphere, so... That was a horrible launch, everybody. That was a horrible launch, but let's just go ahead and cut the throttle. That's not doing us any good. We're already at our periapsis. Go back into the... which is the lowest point of our orbit. Well, we're going to be there, and... Yeah, we already passed it, so now we're on our way back up. You can see there our altitude's increasing. We're at 67.6, 67.7, and so on. All right, well, it's a pretty equatorial, almost an orbit. It's not really an orbit because we dip into the atmosphere a little bit. So if we stay doing this, we slow down a little bit when we get over here. But our apoapsis is 357,000 meters. That's way too high. We made this really inefficient. That sucks. What was the Google search for the tone? John E. Cash, toned Morgans. J-H-O-N, and then E, and then Cash. Turn her around and crash her. What I could do is I could hit escape, revert to the launch pad, and try to launch a little more efficiently. But, and maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to do that, because right here it says we got 5,025 meters per second of delta V, which is basically how much fuel we got. I don't know if that's enough to get us to Minmus, land, and get home. I don't know if that's enough. But I think we go ahead and stick with it, try, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right to here, warp to this area. So we're going to skip ahead 15 minutes. So we're on the other side of the planet. And we're going to do a little burn right here. We're going to burn prograde. We're going to flip our spacecraft around. Prograde is the direction our craft is going, so we're going to burn a little bit to increase our speed. And what that's going to do, once we flip it around, and we are using our battery a little bit here, because we're on the dark side of the planet. Now if we go into map mode, we're not right at the apoapsis. That's the best place to do it. We highlight our periapsis there, 66,000 meters. If we just burn a little bit, and I'm just going to go a little bit of burn right here, you'll see that periapsis go up quickly. Just a tiny bit of fuel. I go like this, give it a lot of fuel. We're well above 100,000. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh, I meant to kill that when I got to 100,000. But now it's 147,000. So now we're in a pretty good orbit. Not circular, but... Alright, now we would stay in this orbit pretty much forever if we do nothing else at this point. We need to go to Minmus, though. Minmus is way the hell over here. And you can see the orbital plane is not 0%. It's a tilted orbit. So the first thing we gotta do is I gotta check the chat because I didn't have it correct there. Missed a lot of chat there, sorry. Nubs has a serious problem. You're on auto-delete, says Newline. I don't know what that means. Crisis averted. No. No, Newline's here. First thing we want to do is we want to tilt our orbit to match the orbit of Minmus. And I think to do that, we got to set this as target, I think. There. Okay. So that makes it our target. And what that does is on our orbit, it gives us an ascending node and a descending node. So it shows right there, 6 degrees, negative 6 degrees. That means our orbit that we're in currently around Kerbin is 6 degrees off of that from Minmus. And right here, the ascending and descending nodes is the spot that we want to burn in order to get into that same tilt. So let's click that out. Let's click right on there the best we can. And we're going to add a maneuver. And I think we got to burn, to go this way, we got to burn anti-normal? Yes. So we're just trying to do a burn there. If we do that, we're planning out our burn right there now. And that gets us to get a descending node of 0.0. So we got to use 194.7 meters per second squared of fuel right at that spot, at that exact angle, to match the orbital plane. Okay? Okay. Hey, Paula, how you doing? Well, you could be just like my sister, and she just kind of focuses my voice out and just listens to the music in the background and falls asleep. That's what my sister does, so... Alright, so that's what we're going to burn, and that burn is coming up in 5 minutes. It's going to be a 15-second long burn. So we are ready to go to that, so let's go into our thing there. And you can see on here there's a blue arrow, so we can actually move our craft to point in that direction. It should point the craft straight down. And that's the direction we're going to burn to tilt our orbit. So we're actually going to go ahead and try to do that. We'll put it just on stability assist. It'll help us keep our craft stable. We'll plan out our burn. There we go. That's where we want to burn. That direction there. I know it's probably difficult for you to see that, but that's okay. Fast forward to that point. I mean, it's only 4 minutes away. I don't want to get too crazy. I'll go 10 times speed for a second right there. You gotta be careful with this, because if you miss the spot, you gotta go all the way back around. Or, this, luckily I'm in a stable orbit, so if I did miss, big deal, I would just do it again, right? I would just do it. I'd go around the planet and line it up, and I'd probably go over to the ascending node and just point straight up and burn the 6 degrees. Wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you're going, and speaking of, we should probably hit escape and do a quick save. How do you do a quick save? Let's just go to save game. Quick save 8, save. Let's just do a save every now and then. Gotta remember to do that. Is Minmus anything like coin? Sweet coin miss. Yeah, it is. Sleep now, you'll be up at 2 a.m. Okay. I'll probably be playing Fall Guys then, Paula. Scruffy thought I was playing Fall Guys for some reason. Well, maybe later. Maybe later. So we got to burn in 1 minute 12 seconds. So the way you want to do these burns, our burn is 15 seconds long. So if we start the burn right when this node gets to 0, we'll be burning after the time we should have burned. Because it takes 15 seconds. So the way you want to do this is you want to do about half the burn before the node and about half of the other. So that would be 7.5 seconds. So when this gets to like T-8, that's when I'm going to start my burn. So half the burn will be before the node, half will be after, and that should be pretty much perfect. Okay? Okay. Glad you guys all agree. Glad you guys all agree. Scrappy's got some new videos coming soon. Oh, you got 12 concurrent viewers? Wow, that's more than usual when I play this game, but... Alright, so 22 seconds. We got about 10 seconds left until our burn. Let's just make sure we can do this. And then kill it right when we need to kill it. And we're going to burn right about now. You can see this going down, telling us how much more of our burn is left. Whoops. Let's kill the burn right there. Try to adjust a little bit, because then we'll just go slower here. Try to get this perfect. Just use a little bit of throttle to fine-tune it. And there we go. We were 0.2 meters a second off. That should be close enough. Now we'll go into our map view, check our ascending and descending nodes, enter 0.0, 0.0. So right now, our tilt is the exact same tilt as Minmus. What that allows us to do, we didn't have to do this part. We could have just tried to plan it and get lucky and hit the planet right where it was supposed to be. But by doing it this way, no matter where we go from, if we just go straight out, we should run into this yellow line somewhere. So we should be able to hit the moon, or Minmus, a lot easier. Aiden says GB. I don't know what GB means, and Aiden can't hear me anyway, so not sure what that means. So what we're gonna do now is we gotta get to Minmus. There's Minmus right there. It's gonna, by the time we get out there, it takes a few days. Minmus is going in this direction, counterclockwise. So we want to burn maybe back, kind of like right where we're at, but let's just go right behind us, set a maneuver, and just burn prograde. And that's going to kick our orbit out from that spot by burning there. And we'll see if that runs in. Well, it ran into something there. What was that? It gave me a weird interaction right there. Oh, so if we go right there, we would actually run into the Mun. Okay, so that gives us a moon encounter. We're going to go faster than that. We want to get a Minmus encounter. So let's keep going, keep going. It's giving us some weird encounters right there again. That gives us another moon encounter over there. But right there, actually that gets us real close. Look at that. Gets us a close approach of 2.5 million kilometers, which, yeah, isn't that close, but if we move this node now and burn a little bit sooner, or actually a little bit later, is what it'll be, that gets us our Minmus encounter. Right there. So if we can focus on Minmus now, focus view, that would actually be bringing us on the wrong side of the planet. So if we go here and, gosh, I don't know how to fine-tune this stuff too easily without resetting it. How do you change the target now? Reset focus in map view is backspace. What's the backspace button? Where's the backspace? This? Does that work? Nope, that ain't working. Well, let me just try to click on this maneuver node. That's what we got to do. There we go. And give it some more burn. So that's... No, that's not what I want to do. That's too much. Let's give it less burn. And I want to move it further this way. Right there's where I want it, actually. Nope, that's not where I want it. Damn, this is so hard to figure out. Because I got this screwed up now. Let's move this node. Right there. Let's give it more power. This will make the encounter a lot easier. More power. There's more encounters there. You know what, I think we're just going to go with this. And we can fix it once we're about halfway there. We can fix this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, I think. Can I get that even closer, though? Oh, that did get it closer. Actually, that's where I want it, right there. That's what I want to do, right there. Can I get it a little bit closer? Because the closer we can get it right now, the less fine-tuning we got to do. Yeah, that's 674,000 meters. And that is 211. That's going to be good. That's going to be it. We're going with that burn right there in 40 minutes. There we go. Aiden's leaving again. Okay. Ah, damn it. I think I'm actually like scrolling in the chat and it's just scrolling my Zoom. Okay. That's not doing anything bad. Don't worry. Alright, so let's get out of map view. We're going to speed up. We want 39 minutes, so let's speed up time here. 100 times time. I'm going to go around the planet to our maneuver. That's 30 minutes away. Now we're 20 minutes away from our burn. And it's a 57-second burn, so we want to do about 30 seconds ahead of time. Let's slow down a little bit. We're getting close. 7 minutes away. Let's point the craft where we want to burn. Get it in the right direction. Hope I'm doing all this stuff right. Hope I don't crash. Okay, that's the direction we want to be in. Whoops. Kittle's in space, says Clever. Heck yeah. Let me just take care, Aiden. There you go. I don't know. He can't hear me, but I gotta say something. Jeez. He probably thinks, oh, I'm all mad at him and I don't want to talk to him. But it's like, hey, I'm trying to do a show, Aiden. I can't type back and forth to you right now, bro. Sorry. Alright. That's about where I want that. 6 minutes away. Let's speed it up a little bit. 50 times time. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2, 1. I don't want to overshoot this. Alright, so we're a minute 20 away. I want to start burning about 30 seconds before, and then that'll end the burn about 30 seconds after the node. We're right on target. And hopefully we get there. What's up, Clever Coin Name? Hope that everyone's doing well and enjoying this. We've already been playing almost an hour, and I haven't even made it to Minmus yet. Holy crap. How the hell am I planning on doing, what do you call it? Landings on the moon, too, after this? Well, it's either going to be a really long stream, or I'm going to have to edit the title and say this is only a landing on Minmus, and we'll have to do the moon later. That's how that's going to work. Oh, I got to pay attention. We're going to burn, like, right about now. Let's go. Boom. So you can see here, this is our planned burn. It's going to be 800 meters per second squared. And it shows us how much of our burn is left. We got plenty of gas in this stage. Just trying to stay on target. The more we're on target now, the better we'll be when we get there. Aiden 1 is on the way to Minmus. We're not going to the Mun, we're going to Minmus first. Even though the Mun is closer, you would think, hey, let's go to the Mun first. The Mun is way, way bigger and has way more gravity, so it's much harder to land on. And it's really rocky and full of craters. Minmus is much smaller, very little gravity, very easy to land on compared to the Mun. It has huge flat surfaces to land on. I'm trying to stay on target. We're going to get ready to kill the throttle. Right about now. Let's just kill it now because I was starting to drift off of my target. I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle just to fine-tune this last little spit. Let's aim a little bit. Throttle. You know what? That's going to be good enough. That's going to be good enough. Let's end that. Let's go into the map view. Did we get there? Do we have an encounter with Minmus? No, we don't. No, we don't. So let's just click Go Prograde. That's where we want to aim. Give it a little tiny bit of gas. There, now we got a Minmus encounter. We were just a little bit short. A little bit. Now we can fine-tune this. Now we're going to be within 133,000 meters. That looks pretty damn good to me. So if we stay and don't do anything left, we'll drift 133,000 meters above Minmus's surface, and then we'll slingshot by into a higher orbit around Kerbin, and we'll end up over here, 2 million meters away from Kerbin in 29 days, if we do nothing. If we do nothing. But we're going to do something. We are going to do something. Okay, so that's that. I don't know how to unfocus from there. So how do I revert? Shift tab, it says. I got my cheat sheet. Shift tab. Oh shit, X. I just screwed that up. Shift tab. Well, shift tab, shift turned on my fuel. So I need to go, I can fix this without resetting. Let me turn retrograde. I just burnt fuel going prograde, so if I turn retrograde and burn a little fuel, it'll basically undo what I just did. I just burnt a little bit of fuel, so now I'm not going to go to Minmus. But I think it unset the focus of Minmus, did it? I don't know. So let me just burn a little bit of fuel until I get that encounter back. There, now I got the counter. Let me go here to unset target. Focus view. Okay. We burn a little bit of fuel until I get back to where I was. Right there we would hit Minmus, and right there, now we're going by 200,000. I switch prograde. When do we slam the craft into China? That'll be on the way home. That'll be on the way home. So I want to try to get it about 100,000 kilometers. So it's going to be a real quick burn. Shift, and then I got to hit X to kill it. Wow. Nope, that was too much. That was too much. Now we're going to, if we keep going, we're going to slam right into the planet. Or sorry, right into the moon. That's our projected path. We're going to hit Minmus. Dead on. So let's go back and burn retrograde a little tiny bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the map, or this craft view. I'm going to do the thrust limit down to, let's just do 10%. So the engine will be 10% as powerful as normal. So I should be able to fine tune this a lot easier. Now we'll go back to here and just be able to do a really quick. That's 2,000, 10,000, 30,000. You know what? 30,000 is great. That was a real nice fine tune. Now we'll go back to the craft. I'm going to reset my engine so I don't forget. Back to 100% thrust. There we go. I'm saving right now. Escape and save game. Save. Okay, we are on the way to Minmus. Let's point back prograde. God, I don't know how to do this. You hate when your thrust goes down to 10%? Yeah. You always go to the limit. You take it to the limit. Launch her into the sun. It's actually really hard to launch into the sun. Dude, that engine's shaking like crazy. That's weird. Sometimes this game is known, like when you build crafts, like to have bugs to where every now and then you'll build a perfect craft and it'll just start shaking violently and explode for no reason. And then basically you just got to reload and try again. It's just, that's kind of the way the game works. So hopefully we can avoid that. I don't know how to unset my target. This is crazy. So let's go back into the map view. I don't want this. I want to reset focus in map view. Backspace. That doesn't work. I'm not going to hit Shift Tab again because Shift plus Tab made me turn on my fuel. So that doesn't work. In flight. I know there's a way to switch targets. Cycle focus in map view is Tab. There we go. Oh, it's just going to go through all the different planets. Okay, there's Jewel. There's the moons of Jewel. Elio. Aiden 1. Okay, now we're focused on Aiden 1, so that's Tab. I'm sure there's an easier way to focus just on what I want it to instead of cycling through everything, but that works. So here's the blue path is where we're going. And then once we do our Minmus encounter, we'll become this purple path, just because we'll get a gravity assist by flying so close to Minmus, it would kick us out. But we're going to slow down when we get there and get into orbit around Minmus. So I'm just going to skip ahead to here. 2 days, we're going to warp ahead just to get closer. We're in the danger zone. Lady Kid's sad. Why are you sad, Lady Kid? What did I do? What did I do? Or did Craig do something? What happened? What happened? I don't know. So here, out here, we're going so slow because we're getting so far away from the planet, and we got no signal. Oh, we got no signal right now. So we need to go to our craft. We got no signal for one good reason, because Kittle didn't extend his antenna. Extend antenna. There we go. Now we got full signal. Yep, signal strength 100%. So that's that. Now we go back to map view, and we got a solid green line. Got good signal. To our ComNet. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you're good? Okay, good. So we're going so slow. We're only going 307 meters per second squared. When we were down here, we were going close to 3,000. And we're going so slow, so it looks like this isn't that much. It took us 2 days to get from here to here. It's going to take us 3 more days just to get to here. So let's get close. Let's warp to here. Our speed is going down, 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 down. Because we're getting further away from the planet. Now we're only doing 166 meters per second squared. Okay. I think we're just going to speed up and go into our Minmus encounter. I don't think that we have to do any fine-tuning. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be good. I hope we're going to be good. Rocket's shaking too much and explodes. It happens. It happens, I'm telling you. Let's go 100 times speed. You know what? Let's go 1,000 times speed. Oh, that's kind of going too fast. Let's go 100 times speed as we get close to this. Okay. We'll switch from Kerbin's gravity into Minmus's gravity, and it'll change our focus. There we go. Changes our orbit. And all that information here. Now we're going to Minmus. We'll get there in 2 hours. So let's go back to 1 times speed. Change to our view here. There is Kerbin in the background. There is the Mun. Where are we going? We're going to Minmus. Where the hell is Minmus at? Oh, there's Minmus right there. You can hardly see it because of the sun. It's right there, though. Trust me. We're going straight at it. The sun is like right in the way. All right. This is crazy. Let's do another save. Let's do another save right here. Save game. Quick save number 10. I'm gonna plan my orbital insertion. You guys like all that? And we do it. It's most efficient to do it at the periapsis. That's a little bit past the periapsis. Right about there. Add a maneuver, and what we're going to want to do is burn retrograde to slow down. And that brings us into orbit, right like that. Perfect. Do we want to get into a more circular orbit? Yeah, we do. Nope, I don't want to do that. Wish I knew the controls of this a little bit better. There we go. That gets us pretty circular. And that's going to cost 181 meters per second squared. Or meters per second, not per second squared. And we got 681 left in this fuel tank. We got plenty of gas. Plenty of gas. This is going to be easy. Orbital insertion. You think that's funny, Nubs? Well, that's what it is. So that's our burn. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's warp to here. Okay, we're now about 44 minutes away from orbital insertion. There's Minmus blocking the sun a little bit. We're going to get into orbit, and then we'll plan our landing site. This is going to be a filthy stream. Only because of my mods. Only because of my mods. What's up, Nomad? Okay, let's do this. We're 43 seconds away, or 43 minutes away from our node, where we want to do the burn. The burn's only going to be a 10-second burn. And actually, we've got to turn retrograde, because that's the direction. We don't want to burn this way. We got to flip the craft around, because we're slowing down. If we keep going, we're going to fly right by Minmus and go right back into orbit around Kerbin. We don't want to do that. We want to slow down and stay in orbit around Minmus. So let's speed up time. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's go 50 times speed. Now let's go 100 times speed. Get close. Don't want to overshoot this. "20 minutes away from the node. 15 minutes. 10 minutes. Let's slow down the speed here. 6, 5, 4. All right, let's just chill for a minute. Let's just chill for a minute. So there's Minmus. It's like a little lumpy, rocky moon. So there are some big flat spots. There's a big flat spot right there, and we'll see more of them as we get into orbit. Let's 2 minutes away from the burn. We can speed up a little bit. Let's go 10 times speed. Right there. So we're 45 seconds away. We are locked in on retrograde for our aim. And everything's looking good. Periapsis 30,000 kilometers. We're at 31. We're almost there. When this gets down to 5 seconds, we're at 30 right now. We're going to go full throttle, slow down, and get into an orbit. Ambeth is here dying laughing. Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. About 5 seconds away. And let's do full throttle. Okay, we're in a pretty good orbit. Let's do a little bit more throttle. Getting a little bit more circular orbit. And I'm liking that right there. I'm liking that right there. We overdid a little bit there, but now we're in an apoapsis of 32,000. Periapsis 26. That's about as good as we want to get. So now we can zoom in. That's our orbit around Minmus. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. Now we can check over here. Again, we are in Aiden 1 right now. We have contracts. We have contracts. We have a contract to transmit or recover science data from space around Minmus. So we could right now transmit a temperature reading, or you know what? Let's just do a crew report. How do we do that? Crew. Oh, there's all kinds of new stuff in here that they updated this. This looks different. I'm glad I looked at it right now. Let's just do a crew report. Crew report while in space near Minmus. Let's just transmit it. Boom. And even though I got 0 science for that, done, Commutron, we just got contract complete right there. We just got 46,000 bucks, 3 science, and 5 reputation points. So we will go ahead and trash that. What we're going to do now is we're going to save one more time. Save game. Quick save, save. And what we're going to do is we are going to go back to the Space Center. We are now in a stable orbit around Minmus. We can go back to that anytime. We can leave them up there forever. We can start a whole new mission and launch somebody else somewhere else. We can do whatever we want. What I'm doing is I'm going to mission control just to see if there's any more things I can pick up right here. Any more contracts I can pick up that make sense. Because right now we have active contracts. The one we're working on right now is Explore Minmus. We're going to land on Minmus, plant a flag on Minmus, and return to Kerbin from the surface. We're going to do all that. That's the plan. All these other contracts, let's just see if there's anything else we can do right now. Position a satellite on a polar orbit, we're not going to do that. Anything else related to Minmus? No. The science data from space around Kerbin? Well, we can do this on the way home if we remember, so let's take that. We'll just do another crew report on the way home around Kerbin. Okay, so yeah, I like to go back and check the contracts just to see if there's anything else we can do. Now we go back to our tracking station. It's like being in a planetarium. And right here, you see all our Durbin relays, the Air Cub grinds, which I believe is probably something like Craig Durbin mixed up. Remember, Muscle Shell was having fun with that, I believe. We'll go back to Aiden 1 and click to fly it. I could click this to terminate it and destroy it. I don't want to do that. We want to fly it. This is exactly how you'd imagine a professional golf television announcer doing play-by-play of your boudoir escapade. Okay, clever. Okay. Okay. Alright. There's our planet and the mun way, way, way far away. We spin this sucker around, and that's Minmus. Where are we going to land? We want to land on one of these nice flat spots. And, preferably, we want to land on the light side of the planet. So, we're going around this way. We're flying right above this spot right here. This would be a nice spot to land. Look at that big flat spot. What do you think? Should we go for it? I think we're going to go for it. So right when we get over to here, 10 minutes from now, actually, let's just warp. Warp to about, I don't know. Let's just, you know, we don't even need to warp. Let's just speed up 100 times, 50 times speed, get closer to it. Now the planet's spinning, or the moon is spinning too, so it's a little bit, you can't really line it up perfectly. Let's just go to about right there. Boom. Now we're over that spot. Okay. We're going to do one more save. I'm going to save like a lot, because I'm probably going to crash. I haven't landed on one of these in a couple of years since I played before. Onabushu says we should take a drink of water. Let's all take a drink of water before we do this landing. Ah, that's high quality H2O. Okay. All right, that's our save. What we want to do, now the most efficient way to do this, I think, is to start falling to the planet and then burn right before you hit. We got plenty of gas. We're not doing that. We're going to do this inefficiently, but we're going to do it safely, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to point retrograde. We're going to point retrograde. And we're going to burn until our periapsis drops into the surface and put us on the path to crash into the planet. So here we go. There's our periapsis going down, down. There's our periapsis. This is kind of where we would crash into and land. We're just doing that. Let's just cut right there. So now you can see our orbital path is just basically taking us straight into that flat spot. And we're going to land somewhere around there. If we do nothing else. We're going to crash right there if we do nothing else. So that's kind of what we're doing. Now we're drifting down. We're decreasing altitude as we speak. So... Keep it in a silver chalice. No, it's not silver. It's stainless, but that's okay. So here we go. We need to change this. This altitude is set to sea level. I want to change this to meters above the ground. You can change it because I don't want it to tell me I'm 100 meters above sea level, then crash in, because I want to know how many feet above the ground we are. Meters above the ground. I can change it to feet if I wanted to, but meters is fine. Meters is fine. And we want to stay pointing retrograde. I think this is how this works. Because prograde would be falling into the planet. So we just kind of want to fall into this planet. Into this moon. We're going to get closer. Now, I do want to get rid of this bottom stage. Because, well, I mean, we could try to land on this. If we still have gas left in it. But we want to get rid of it and then extend our landing gear. You know what? We'll extend our landing gear right now. It doesn't interfere with this anyway. Geez, I'm going to crash this. I'm totally going to crash this. Okay. Alright. We're drifting. We'll just show you on the map view. This is what's going on. This is the high point of our orbit. We're slowly going down. I'll speed up time a little bit. You can see us getting lower and lower. And eventually, if we keep going, we're going to crash into the surface. Where's this at? About 5 minutes from now, if we do nothing else. If we do nothing else, we would crash in 5 minutes. We're picking up speed, 46 meters per second squared. Or meters per second, I don't know why I keep saying squared. I keep thinking of gravity at 9.8 meters per second squared. Correct. And why wouldn't you? No, silver, I don't use a silver chalice. If I had one of those, I'd melt it, probably. I'd send it to JW for melting. Alright, so we're just drifting down. Now, I could start wasting some fuel to slow down our drop. But the ideally is what I'd want to do is I'd want to keep coasting and coasting and coasting until I get right before hitting, even though we're speeding up, and then jam on the throttle to where it zeroes out right when we touch down. That would be the most efficient way to do it. They call it a suicide burn, because if you do it a little bit too late, you blow up. But that's not how we're going to do it. That's not how we're going to do it. But that's the most efficient way and as far as fuel goes. But we're going to speed this up and get a little closer. Let's go 50 times speed. Ooh, that's a little too fast. That's a little too fast. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Now we're going 105 meters per second squared. I want to turn this off of retrograde. What I want to do is I want to point a little bit this way, I think. Give it a little bit of throttle. I want to be pointing straight up and down. And I think the point straight up and down, I got to burn off some of this speed. Okay, let me point retrograde. I probably got a little too close, a little too quick. Okay, let's burn off some of this speed. Let's go stability assist. You don't want to stay locked on retrograde, because if you burn too much, and go negative on this, it'll flip your craft around and you'll point straight at the surface and die, basically. I don't want to do that. Should I try landing on my engine, or should I ditch the engine right now? You know what? I'm going to ditch the engine right now. That was probably dumb. That was probably dumb, but we did it. But we did it. Now, throttle. I don't have any throttle. Let me X that out. Because I got a stage. That turned on my engine. Okay. I probably should have saved before doing that. Now that is going down. We're going to go point retrograde again. Give it a little bit of gas. I just want to make sure this engine's going to actually get me off the planet and stuff. Let's go stable. We're coming down at 23 meters per second. These landing legs, I believe, are rated. Can I click on one? No. It doesn't say. I think they're rated for a landing of 12 meters per second or lower. So if I come in more than 12 meters, like if I landed right now and we blow up, I gotta have this speed less than 12. And down there you'll be able to see the other stage. It's gonna crash. It's 700 meters away from us. You'll hear that exploding soon. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. I'm coming in sideways here, so let's do this. I gotta point this direction a little bit. So what you want to do is you want this to be pointing straight up, the retrograde marker. You want that right at the top of the nav ball. Oh shit! Oh, what did I just do there? I accidentally hit max throttle. Okay. Actually, that didn't work. That didn't end up too bad. That was the other part crashing into the planet. That's okay. That's okay. We're good. We're good. I want to try to kill off our horizontal velocity and get that right in the center. X. Kill that. Go straight up and down for a second. I'm getting too close. I gotta slow down. I'm getting too close here. Kill off some of this speed. Oh god, this is... You know what? I think I should save right now, shouldn't I? Let's kill off all this speed and save. At least maybe we'll be able to do it from right here. I think I'm too close to like actually do anything if I screw this up. But let's save anyway. All right, we're 800 meters above the surface. Can I see? I can see my shadow. I can see my shadow. Oh my god. Oh my god. The problem is the buttons like are... I'm hitting caps lock instead of throttle. Damn it. Okay. I'm just going to keep a little bit of throttle on. This is very inefficient again. We keep a little bit of throttle on. Just so I can control it a little better. Oh my god. Coming in hot. Now we want to be at 12 meters per second or less. We want to actually be a little bit lower than that because we don't want to be at the stress point of our landing gear. We're 400 meters above the surface. Let's slow down a little bit more. $350. We're getting a little sideways here. Through a little more throttle. We're at 3. Speeding up a little bit back down. We're at 200. Are you guys stressed out like I am? I'm freaking stressed out. You want to keep that retrograde right in the center. That means you're pointing straight up from the surface. Need a little bit more throttle. Coming in at 5 meters a second. 4. We're at 90 meters. Oh shoot! I'm going the wrong direction. 3 meters a second. 2. We're going to lower throttle a little bit, come back down. 40 meters. Calmer you are. And I'm going to kill the throttle. I'm just going to come in for a landing. There we go. Boom. We just landed. Boom. Boom. That is how we do that. I was actually pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Alright, I need another drink. I might need more than just water. Alright, we're halfway there. We made it. We made it. Now, any chance we're going to get home? I don't know. We made it. Alright, we need to save again, just in case I can't get back into the capsule or something. So save game, quick save number 14. Woo! Alright, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to do some science from the surface first. So let's do a crew report. Boom, crew report. And we're not going to transmit, we're going to keep that. We're going to take a temperature reading. And we're going to keep that experiment. We're going to take a goo reading. And we're going to keep that. And we're going to take a pressure reading. And we're going to keep that. Okay, so we just did a bunch of science. Oh, man, don't die. Okay, we did two things here. Let's see, we got world's first milestone. Entered into suborbital spaceflight above Minmus for the first time, and we've landed on the surface for the first time. Good. Contract complete. We touched down on Minmus. We got 180,000 bucks for that. Nice. So we got part of our contract complete. All right, so we did some science here, and now let's go EVA. We'll do an EVA report. We are EVA from Minmus's Greater Flats. So we'll keep that experiment. We will actually do this materials-based study. Conduct materials study. Oh, it can only be externally controlled by a scientist. So let me go back into the capsule real quick. We'll board. Conduct materials-based study. That gives us 125 science. We'll keep that experiment. I don't know. Maybe I screwed this up. Maybe I had to bring that home with me. I don't know. Maybe I had to bring that home with me. Anyway, we might have to transmit that data. So let's go back EVA. How do I do EVA again? Go down here. EVA. I don't want to click on that anymore. How do I unclick on that now? Ah, jeez. I don't know. Let me board. How do you close this down? Why is that pins it? What's this do? I don't know. Alright, I just have to click on something else, I guess. There we go. I don't know. Again, this is just me not knowing. I should have built a ladder, because this is going to be difficult. Alright. RCS is my jetpack, I think. How do I do this? I'm just going to... Well, you know what? I don't have to land. I could actually, right here, it says I can take a surface sample. So let's take a surface sample. Right there. We take a... Even though I'm like way above the thing, I'm going to take that surface sample. Okay, we took a surface sample. I'm going to take all the data, and then I'm going to store the experiments. So I just did that. So I got stuff in there now. Can I collect this data? Removing the experiment will run it inoperable. Restoring requires some... Okay, I want to remove that data. And now I want to store that experiment. Okay, so I did store the data in there from that. So that's good. So now... I want to... Can I take this data? That's what I really need to do. I need to take this. I need to go down the ladder. How do I move? I didn't make a ladder. I should have made a ladder. I screwed this up. That's as far down as I can go. You want some moon dust? Alright, I'm going to let go. Climb out. Space, let go. I'm just going to fall. Oh, can I do this? Take data. Yeah, okay. Can I take data? Collect data. Yes, remove data. Can I take this? Take data. Perfect. I got lucky I was able to reach that from there. Alright, there we go. Wish I knew how to control this guy better. There I am, walking on Minmus. There we go. Alright, I'm not going to get too far away because I'm going to screw this up. So let's plant a flag. Or take another surface sample. No, we don't have. Let's just take it anyway, okay. Plant flag. U.S. Space Force right there. Did I just knock over the flag? Site name. We'll just name this First Minmus Landing. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, text on here. Nothing. Ah, man. I didn't mean to knock over the flag. That's embarrassing for our space program. Had our fun. Let's get back home and get to China. Okay. Alright, I got some more world's first milestones. I planted a flag on Minmus. We have walked on the surface of Minmus, okay? Looks fantastic. Now why don't you shake the flag so it looks like it's waving? Okay. We knocked over our flag. Dang it. Alright. I feel bad now. Okay, so how do I do the jetpack? Toggle RCS. This is how we get back home. Now, we got a lot of gas left in the tank. So do we get crazy? How do I go up, though? RCS. Up and down is the I and the K key. My I and my K key ain't working. Am I just stuck here now? Why isn't my RCS working? J and L. RCS. What the hell is this all about? Inventory. What is this stuff? They changed the way this works, so that's that pack. You gotta put on the RCS pack for this to work? I don't know how this works. RCS. So it is kind of working. Yeah, none of these RCS buttons are working. Damn it. Well, that's what this is. Toggle RCS. Usually you can use the jetpack and just jump right up. Okay, EVA, forward, backward, jet up and down is shift and control. Okay, hold on. Alright, I was just have to look at my buttons here. Alright, so that works. I'll be able to get home now. I was looking at the wrong I was looking at the RCS like if I was driving a spaceship with RCS thrusters. Okay. So that's that. What other contract parameters do we have here for Minmus? Return safely and we get all the money for that. Okay. Let's get this sucker in there. I mean, I feel bad that we dropped our flag. I mean, we won't tell anybody. We took a picture real quick before it fell, and that's what we're going to tell everybody. So, and that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. We got a lot of extra science experiments available. Well, we'll talk about that in just a second. But let's get into the craft. Let's try to. Okay, that gets us like that. Okay, hold on. Okay, I gotta figure out how to turn. Okay, that goes forward. So W is forward. Oh, F is grab. Okay, F is grab. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're gonna get home now. We're gonna get home now. All right, let's board. I have experiments. Board anyway and dump the duplicate experiments. Did I dump just the duplicates? Yeah, stored data. Reviewed stored data. We got our temperature scan, surface sample, crew report, EVA, material study, atmospheric pressure, mystery goo, and another temperature scan, I think. Yeah, surface sample. Okay. So that's good. How do I get the... Okay, we're going to keep that. Okay, keep, and keep. We still say we got 7 experiments on board? Come on. 7 experiments on board. So here's the situation. We're here on the surface. We have more experiments. Should we fly over here and take some experiments from over here? Try to do another quick landing. Yeah, Neil Armstrong, they put a ladder on his craft, JW. They put a ladder on his craft. Do we try to get greedy and get another biome in while we're here? Because you can do all those experiments and land and plant another flag and get another surface sample right over here. Do I try that? Do I try that? Do I get... Or do I just go home? Or do I just go home? I think I'm going to get greedy and go for it. Shoot. Do I do it? Did I do it? I think I'm going to get greedy and go for it. Okay. Let's go to our map view. That's where we're at there on the map. What's the closest way? I think if we go straight north is the best bet. Straight north. I think. Yeah. Oh, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? Well, we'll save. We'll save. And then we'll come back and decide if we, if we mess up, we'll just save. Okay. So we're going to save right now. We did all our experiments. Save game. Save. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take off, and we're going to turn straight north, which is right down this way on the nav ball. Ready? Say goodbye, everybody. Say goodbye. Whoops. Whoops. Abort! 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 That was a bad, takeoff there. But I just want to go sideways here for a little bit. Let's kill it. Let's kill it. Let's kill the throttle. Will that be enough to get me there? I don't know. We're going up. Let's look at the map view. Actually, that gets me there just about. Just about. I might need to go a little bit more. Gosh, that was horrible. Let's go. SA. Oh, I didn't have stability assist on. That was part of it. Let's aim prograde. Let's give it a little bit more boost. Okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. I forgot to put my stability assist on. Nice knowing you, Jeb. You know, I probably should aim a little bit higher just to give myself a little more cushion. We got tons of fuel. And this is not going to be a nice flat landing, so chances of me exploding are going way, way, way up, okay? So now we're going to go retrograde. So once we get over this spot, let's check our map real quick. Oh yeah, we're going way into this. We're going way into this, okay. We can start landing. We can start our landing. We want to go retrograde. We'll go max to kill off all this horizontal velocity as much as possible. God, this is stupid. Why did I get greedy? Why did I get greedy? Okay, there we go. We killed almost all of our horizontal speed. Holy crap, this is stupid. What's up, Echo? But if it works, then I'm a genius, right? We'll go back to regular stability assist. I think we're going to be just... Oh, watch me not even be enough over. I think we're just barely out of the flat spot now. I maybe didn't go enough. Oh, idiot. You idiot. Okay, we're above... That's a distance above the ground. Okay. Oh, we're going to be on a frickin' slope. This is going to be crazy. Alright. Oh god, this is stupid. Let's aim retrograde, straighten her out. Stability back on. Jeb gonna die, says JW. Well, I hope not. I hope I didn't screw this up. Oops! Wrong button. I meant to kill throttle, I went max throttle. So now we're going back up a little bit, okay? That was bad, okay? Where's my shadow? Where's my shadow? Oh, straight down, okay. Yeah, I could jump out at the last second and turn on my jetpack, but then I'm stuck here, and then we got to do a rescue mission. Which we could do that. We could do a rescue mission. I think we're gonna be just wait. I can do a quick EVA report. Watch this. Or no, crew report. Crew report in space near Minmus. Damn it. No, I'd have to do an EVA report. So let's reset that and ignore that. I was gonna try to make sure I was in the right spot. Okay, I'm tilted just a little bit, but so is the whole damn craft. Okay, I think this is gonna be. We're gonna go for it. We're going for a landing here. Can I get it to where I can see my shadow? Yeah. Point retrograde real quick. Stability on. Holy crap. This is dumb. This is dumb. 60 meters. I want to be landing at like... We got to be less than 12 or we die. We're doing 4 or 5, but if we end up coming in too hot, we bounce and maybe flip over, and then we can never land again. X, no. Come on. Land, you son of a bitch! Oh, I did it. We did it. We're good. We're all good. There's our flag, 8.8 kilometers away. First Minmus landing. Woo! That's a little sketchy. Hopefully, let's do a crew report. Crew pack. Okay, we're in Minmus is lowlands. We're in a different area, thank God. So we're going to keep that experiment. Okay. We are now going to... What are we going to do first? Let's EVA. Now we're going to do an EVA report. And it's glitchy here. We can see the stuff. We got to get out of here quick. EVA report. We're going to keep that experiment. Jesus, this is stupid. Okay. I'm going to take that surface sample. Keep experiment. And we got to come over here and get these instruments. So we got to do... We got to board first. Hold on. Board first. We're going to do these experiments. Log temperature. Keep. Goo container. Keep that. And pressure data. And keep that. Okay. Oh, jeez. Aiden 1 has landed twice now. Long walk to go fix that flag. We're going to try to do it right this time. So now we're going to go EVA. We're going to go down the ladder a little bit. We're going to let go. I'm going to walk off the side of our craft. Try not to fall. So I'll walk on over here first. Try to get the data out of here. Collect data out of the goo. Oh, it fell down underneath my craft. This is not good. Oh no, I'm moving the whole craft with my head. Oh my god, did you guys see that? Okay, let's try to collect data. Jeez. Remove data. Okay. Collect data. Take data. I didn't mean to do that. Jeez. And then take data. Okay, we got all the data we need there now. Let's go over here. Let's just plant a flag. Maybe I'll try not to run into it this time. This is second landing in lowlands. And we're going to put on the plaque a little tipsy. Okay. There's that. I can't believe it gives you the option to remove your helmet. I probably shouldn't do that right now. Alright, there we are. United States Space Force. Very good. I can climb on the flag, but I won't do that. Let's just spin around and get the hell out of here, right? Wow, these are big steps. These are big steps that we take. That's one giant leap for Jebediah. I'll get this lined up the best I can. How do we do the RCS? There's RCS. EVA needs to be shift to go up. you to go forward. Grab it already. Grab. There we go. And we're going to take all the data, and then we're going to store all the data, and then we're going to board. How do I board? Oh, B to board. Okay. Right. Didn't give me the... It doesn't give it to me all the time. There it goes, board. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. So now, do we go to try to land in one new spot? Like, if we go up higher, will it be the Highlands? No, we're not going to try it. We got greedy. We've burnt a whole bunch of fuel doing that. We need to get home. We need to get home. So we got greedy enough. Let's go home. Alright, so what's the plan? We are here. We want to burn towards east, 90 degrees, to get into about as equatorial of an orbit as we can get. So we're spinning around the surface. So we got to burn that way. Did we get everything? Do we have everything? We brought way too much fuel, way too many experiments. That's a good thing. Better to overdo it than underdo it. So make sure everything's good. Let's launch. Yeah, let's just slow down a bit. Let's drive to make sure we're going 90 degrees. Actually, it was the other way. I'm spun around. Okay. I don't have stability on again. There we go. It's a lot easier to fly when you put the stability assist on, I'm telling you. Again, there's no atmosphere, so we can start going horizontal almost right away. I'm trying to get this to be right on the 90-degree mark. And there it is, right about there. Do it a little bit more throttle. That's straight 90 degrees now. What? Wrong button. I don't want to be in the capsule. Now we can click to go prograde. And that's right about on 90. Let's see what our map says. Are we in orbit yet? Just that much little bit of burn almost gets us into an orbit. That's crazy, isn't it? That's up to 8,000. We'll burn a little bit more. There, that gets us to 13,000. There's 23,000. That's almost a full orbit right there. Once we get up here, we'll do a circular burn, circularization burn. Just hover above the ground to a new spot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to crash. We got enough. We can, and you know what? We're going to have to come back and do all these landings again, because right now we only have a couple experiments, right? We only have the mystery goo. I mean, we'll take these again just to do it, log the temperature. That gives us no new science. We've done that enough. Let's reset. We'll do reading the goo right here do anything for us? Now, only if we recover it. We're going to be ditching this part of the craft, so we don't get no new science here. So we'll reset that. Pressure, do we get anything from that? Log pressure? No, nothing. So these experiments don't do us any good. Now, can I go EVA right here and do an EVA report right here? Now we're above the greater flats. We've already done that. So reset, and we'll board. So doing any more science right here. Now, if we go up here to the Highlands and do another landing, we would get some, probably more science. SAS is off again. That's weird. It keeps going off. Interesting. So let's go back to the map view. But we're gonna. So those are the only experiments we got. We got the temperature, the goo container, and the pressure. Temperature, pressure, and goo. So if we go back and look at it, though, and we also had the materials bay, but we didn't bring a scientist, so we can only use the materials bay one time, which we did at our first landing. We're going to want to come back here when we unlock more science experiments. I know there's a seismometer. We bring a scientist, and we can do the materials bay at different spots. There's other things. There's a gravity detector, I think, is another science. So once we unlock more science experiments, we'll want to come back. Is there a way you can find the highest peak and label it so you can get there? I think there actually is. I know there's a way we can put a planet scanner in orbit, like a polar orbit, and it'll give us a map of the surface and the terrain. I don't know if it'll actually tell us the highest point. We might actually have to look that up, and we could then try to land there. Then put a flag on it. Alright, so we're drifting up to the apoapsis. Let's just warp there 7 minutes ahead. To our craft. We fold in our landing gear. We're going to point prograde. There going to do a quick little burn just to get into orbit, and then we're going to try to get home. What's up, Cat? What up, Cat? Alright, how long has this taken us to get to Minmus? An hour, 51 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Now, are we going to try to do a moon landing, or are we going to save that for the next episode? Well, hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves, people. Let's just get home first. Let's get home and get home safely. Let's not get crazy here. Yeah, we just haven't played it since November. This is the 4th time I've played it. I thought I only played it twice before. Apparently I looked at it back and I did play it 3 times, so... It says here we have no signal. Let's take a look at that. That's odd. Is it because we're on the dark side of the planet, away from the rest of our stuff? Yeah. Which doesn't matter because we have a pilot flying, but this is a situation where, remember I talked about bringing a scientist instead of a pilot? Because I brought my pilot is trained and knows how to use all these maneuvers and to stay prograde. And speaking of prograde, we just got to our apoapsis. We need to burn. Okay, now we're in orbit. You saw those 2 flip around. That means it's a pretty circular orbit. 28,000 by 23,000. Now we're in a good orbit. Because I brought my pilot, it doesn't matter. But if I would have brought my scientist, I would have had to control everything manually, and it would have been and I wouldn't be able to plan my maneuver node, which I didn't plan a maneuver node anyway. I kind of know how to do it, but it would have been a lot more sketchy. So I'm glad I kind of did that. So right now we are in an orbit around Minmus again. Now we just got to get home. And we get home by burning. And it's not that much. We got tons of extra fuel. This craft is perfectly fine, probably for a moon landing, I believe. Even though it's way more gravity, we probably won't be able to hop around and go to multiple places. We'll just land, do our science, plant a flag, and leave. But yeah, we have 2,400 meters per second squared left in this stage, and which is the final stage, so that's what's left in our whole craft. We only need a couple hundred meters per second squared to get home because the gravity is strong enough. We have plenty. So let's just plan a burn right about here, add a maneuver, go prograde, and just see where this takes us. Get out of orbit, and is that getting us close? That actually flies us by the planet, doesn't it? So let's swing this around. Where do we want to do the burn? Where do we want to do that burn? I'm going to do the burn right about there. That gets us to a periapsis of... Holy crap. Let's get rid of that. That gets us to a periapsis of 22,000. That basically crashes us right into the atmosphere if we do the burn right there in 12 minutes. Now, there's smarter ways to figure that out. So if we go here and look, we're burning right there, prograde. That basically is us aiming that way out of Minmus, which means we're kind of going backward. What we want to do is really we burn, here's our orbit, right? We're going in this direction. If we burn going in this direction, like pointing backwards, that's basically us slowing down this orbit and would bring this top part of the orbit down. That's us burning retrograde around Kerbin. That's probably the most efficient way to do it. I just think you give it some gas, spin it around the planet a few times, but hey, we'll do it. We got time. Let's just do it the right way. So let's bring this maneuver node this way. I think this is how to do it. So that line is going backwards from the direction we're orbiting. I can slow this down considerably, I think. No, that's bad. That's wrong. I gotta go retrograde. Yeah, so instead of burning 440, now we're burning 100 something, and we're getting close to, pretty close to the planet. And I can get the maneuver node back up. Go a little bit prograde, that brings it down. Yeah, so instead of doing that inefficient burn of burning 400 some, let's do it this way. Let's burn 180 meters a second, and it gets us into the atmosphere that way. That's the right way to do it. So it gives us on a weird orbit, doesn't matter, but that's what we're doing. So in 20 minutes, we'll do our burn. Most of you, hopefully some of you guys know what we're talking about. Some of you guys are like, what the hell are you talking about, Kittle? I don't know. But anyway, let me catch up on chat a little bit. Jeb gonna die? No, he's not. That was bad. I went back too far in chat. Kittle Sisters here. Did I blow up yet? No. Oh, JW, believe me, I played this game a lot a couple years ago. I think this game came out, the first versions of it, almost 10 years ago. And they've been upgrading it. Like, there was just an upgrade of the game between the last time I played and this time. They're still working on it. Kerbal Space Program 2 comes out in about a year, and that's going to be a pretty cool one. But this game, they've been working on it, and they put lots of time and effort into it still. Believe me, I put a lot of time in it to it, and I'm still not that good at it. I kind of know what I'm doing, though, for the most part, so that's why I was able to land without crashing. That's how I can get into orbit without, failing a whole bunch, because I know what it takes, and I've kind of done this. Now, I'm not doing it the right way. Like, I'm not calculating the exact amount of fuel I need to do this part, the exact amount. That's why I ended up with a whole bunch of extra fuel. I over-engineered it by accident, but I kind of knew what it would take, and then I put extra in, so I kind of knew that. But there are tutorials in the game that get you started, but it's all based on real physics and everything, so it does teach you a lot about space and the space program. It's kind of cool. If you're interested in space and the space program, there is DLC for this, which I have not paid for because I'm cheap. Well, I haven't paid, and because I just haven't really done everything in the base game. So I don't usually buy DLCs for games, A, because I'm cheap, and B, because I'd like to play the game as they originally released it, and at least have my fun with that. Now, if I beat that game, get through everything, and then get bored with it, then I go to the DLC and keep having fun with it. I'm happy to pay for it once I've done, but I haven't done everything in the base game here yet. So, but there is DLC that gives you like different parts. It'll give you like all the Apollo parts, so you can build a Saturn V rocket, you can build the LEM lunar lander, you can build like all the real stuff. And there's other DLC that lets you do other stuff, like you can do, I think, more mining and drilling on the surfaces of planets and stuff. And there's different like things you can do in DLC. James, I would never expect you to buy DLC. Believe me, I've bought DLC in some games. Again, the ones that I really like, ones that I do everything in the story mode, everything in the base game, and I still love it, so I buy more. I've done that. I used to buy the DLC always for all the Call of Duties, all the different map packs. Used to do all that. So, just because that's what we did. So 17 minutes till our burn. Let's speed up and get closer to that. What are we wasting our time for? Going around. 10 minutes. 9. 8. Don't want to overshoot this or we just screwed up. But we're in an orbit. We could just go around till the next orbit and try again. 1 minute away. So it's a 19-second burn. We want to start when it gets to about T-minus 10. When it gets to about T-minus 10 or so. There's the sun coming up over there on the horizon of Minmus. Okay. Hey there, Joswia. I guess that's just a cat without... or with internet access. I guess it wouldn't be a cat without internet access. That'd be a little odd then. Alright, so we're going to do this 180.1 meters per second burn. And then we're going to have to slow down again, probably. I think this crashes us into the atmosphere. I don't know if it's... I think it's too shallow, though, to where if we just stayed as is, we would skip off the atmosphere and then go back around the planet. But so we'll have to do another burn when we get close to Kerbin, just to make sure we go in at the right angle and slow down. Because right now we're only doing 140 meters per second. When we get close... oh, we missed our burn. Okay, that's fine. We're close enough. Let's crank it up. There's our burn calculating. We missed our burn by about 5 seconds. That's not too much. That rotating means we're leaving Minmus and heading back to Kerbin. That's what that means. Basically. And that's pretty close. Let's see where we ended up. Let's cancel that burn. We probably overdid it. Periapsis, 29,000 meters. We're actually going right into the atmosphere. And we're going in pretty steep and pretty fast. So let's zoom in here a little bit. So this blue line is our orbit around Minmus. We're no longer on orbit. We're on an escape trajectory. right here it says in 2 hours we're going to escape Minmus's gravity going this way, which then makes us go into... I think we're going this way then. Then we're going into our orbit around Kerbin, which basically crashes us into the atmosphere 10 days from now. So it's going to take us 10 days to get there. But that's okay. We'll speed it up. Better save! Don't you say... Yeah, we need to save. You're right. We're right. But, you know what? We'll, yeah, you know what? We will save right now. Doesn't cost anything to save, right? Boom. Boom. Save. What we're going to do is we're going to warp ahead just to this point where we escape Minmus's gravity. So we're going to warp there. Say goodbye to Minmus. Okay. And let's just go 100 times speed as we leave. Well, I think we're out of Minmus's gravity now. We're out. We're out of it. Where are we going? We're going this way? I think we're going this way. Yeah, nope, we're going this way, actually. Yeah, we're going this way. So let's go ahead and go 1,000 times speed. No, let's go 10,000 times speed. Ooh, that's pretty fast. But you see, we're only doing, right now, we're doing 53 meters a second. That's how slow we're going, because we're at the top of our orbit. Really, what you're doing is you're going really fast to leave the planet, and then basically you slow down to nothing, and then you start falling back to the planet. That's how an orbit works. So you slow down to almost nothing here at the top. That's how far away we are from the gravity. And as we go going, we'll go 1,000 times, we'll go 10,000 for a little bit. There's our speed up to 100 meters a second, 150, 200, we're just getting closer and closer, 300, 400, and it's going to start picking up real fast as we get closer. We're still, now we're only a day away. It took 9 days in the game to get from here to here. It's going to take 1 day to get from here to here. So we're not even halfway back home, basically, and we've already gone 90% of the time. It's kind of lopsided. Kind of lopsided. Michael Bales' brain hurts? Well, I don't know. I probably keep talking too much and explaining too much, but that's okay. Never heard of the house flipping game besides the real life one? I got it here on PC. We could play that sometime. I'd never played it, but... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead to here. That's going to be a little crazy. No, let's skip ahead to here. No. Let's skip ahead to here. Add, no, not add maneuver. Warp here. Probably should have saved before doing this. Probably should have saved. Yeah, I don't know if the PC, or if the house flipper's on anything else. I don't know. Come on, stop. Where am I going? Where am I going? Okay, jeez. How much longer do I have? 30 minutes till we're in the atmosphere. Okay, I got plenty of time. Just want to make sure I didn't get too close. Alright, so there's where we are. Let's go back to the map view. We're getting close to home. Now we're going 1,400 meters per second squared, so we're going pretty damn fast. And we'll just keep going faster and faster. We do not want to go into the atmosphere that fast. Or not, well, I mean, 1,400 would be fine. But we're going to be going over 2,000, probably close to 3,000 by the time we get into the atmosphere. We want to burn off a lot of that speed, is what we want to do. So as we get closer, you know what, let's fold up our antennas. Retract. And retract. And this game wears me out. Let me tell you, I'm getting wore out playing this game. Too much thinking and stress. I might not. We might end this after we get back home. We'll take a look and see. Actually, real quick, we got a contract. Remember, we went back to the Space Center and we did a contract real quick to do space above Kerbin. So let's just check that. Where's that at? Transmit space data from around Kerbin. So let's just do a crew report and transmit. Forgot about that almost. There we are, transmitting. Done, and there's a contract complete. 19,000 bucks, 3 science and 5 reputation. Bam. Real quick, let's go back to the Space Center. This is dangerous because we're getting close to home and we're on a crash course. Let's go back home for a second and let's check the Space Center one more time. Maybe there's something else we can make money at real quick. Surface outpost on Minmus? No. Science data from the surface of Minmus. You gotta be kidding me. We were just there. So we could have done this contract. Maybe the contract didn't start until we were already gone. But we were just there, damn it. We were just there. That sucks. Active contracts, explore Minmus. We're still active on this because we haven't returned home yet. So we'll complete that once we land. Build a new surface outpost on Eve. We're pretty damn far away from that. And then there's test radial decoupler, splash down, rescue somebody. Okay, so there's nothing else we can really do. That doesn't look like. Okay. Let's go back to Aiden 1. Aiden 1 on a suborbital trajectory. Ready to crash into the planet. Let's fly this sucker. I just wanted to check to see if there's any other money-making opportunities super quick. What do we got here? We got fuel, electric, oxidizer. We got plenty of gas. Plenty of gas. So when we get closer, we're going to want to be on the orbital view. We're going to be, oh, I'm going to do like this. Now I could get cute and try to plan where we're going to land. Landing closer to the Kerbal Space Center is optimal, so I could adjust my orbit to try to land back at the Space Center. But really all that does is save us a little bit of money. Because when we recover our craft, we get money back for the parts that we recover. All we're recovering is the command module and the heat shield. Not much left. So if we were recovering like a big craft or expensive, landing closer would matter. But it doesn't really matter. So we just want to land and get home safe. We're going to be landing on the dark side of the planet. That's fine. When we get closer, I mean, we're speeding up. This is real time. We're just speeding up. Let's go 100 times speed real quick, just to get closer. Now we're going over 2,000 meters per second. Let's go to... what are the different things? Docking mode? No. Toggle map? I don't want to toggle map. Maneuver mode? Yeah, and let's toggle the map again. So that shows me my apoapsis, periapsis. I want to stay focused on the periapsis. I want that to stay right there, around 30,000 meters. But I want to slow down. I got all this fuel in my tank that's doing us no good. Why jettison it? Let's slow down. Let's slow down and try to lower our orbit. The way we do that is, if we burn straight retrograde, our periapsis goes down. We need to actually burn retrograde and kind of pointing straight up, I believe. So let's test this. So that's raising our periapsis a little bit, but we're slowing down. If we point closer to this marker, we lower our periapsis. Now it's under 30. We go back this way on the nav ball, back up to 32. Go back this way towards retrograde. We're back under 30. So we kind of want to just be dancing kind of between these two markers on the nav ball. And what we're doing is we're slowing down. Now we're at 1990 meters per second squared. We're slowing down without really changing our periapsis of our orbit much. And what we're really doing is we're lowering the top part of our orbit by doing this. We're slowing down our orbit considerably, which will increase our odds of surviving this re-entry, because the faster you come in, the hotter it is, the more heat shield burns up, the more heat you generate. But if we slow this down, it'll be a nice, easy landing. That's the plan. So we're just burning up all the fuel we got in our tank before we jettison it. Most of the fuel. We won't burn all of it. We got 1,900 meters per second squared left in the tank. We're coming in 12 minutes. We're just burning real slow and steady. Let's kick up the speed a little bit to get through this fuel. Trying to slow down. Try to save our life. Now, I could be using all this fuel once again to move our orbit to land near the Kerbal Space Center. I don't really care about that too much. Doesn't matter to me. I'd rather slow down. Kick it up a notch. Keep going slower, slower. Hope some of that makes sense to you guys. We're just slowing down. We were coming in at over 2,000 meters a second. We've already slowed down to 1,600. That makes a huge difference in the heat that's generated. Huge. And doing this is much more important when we're coming back from a, really far away place, coming in really fast, like coming in from another planet. Coming in from the moon or Minmus, it doesn't matter as much, because the heat shields work pretty well. Still got 1,300 meters per second in the tank. Now we're down under we're at 1,450 for our speed. We're going to raise our periapsis a little bit. We got a little too low there. Now, if you don't have tons of fuel, there's other ways to slow down your speed. You could come in real shallow and kind of skip through the atmosphere to kind of like do aero braking. There's ways to do that in a game if you don't have tons of fuel to waste, like I'm wasting all this fuel right now. That's one way to do it. Now we're going under 1,300. Got 800 meters left in the tank. Amanda wants to see the goat command again. Totes my goats. Alright, we're going to kill it right there. We're, now we're just in like a really nice, orbit around Kerbin. But we're going to be going into into the atmosphere here. The atmosphere starts at 70. This point is at 30. By the time we come down through that atmosphere, we're going to be slowing down so much that it's going to make us fall into the planet. We're not going to be able to escape. We're going to be slowing down too much. That's the plan, at least. And it looks like we're going to land maybe somewhere around our South Pole. Interesting. Which that might not be a bad idea, is to try to turn this orbit to actually land on the South Pole, because then we can collect a little science there. But we're ditching most of our science experiments. All we'd be able to do is like take a surface sample and like a crew report. But so we just extended that. Now it's 23 minutes away. And now we'll just go back to the craft, change it back to retrograde. At this point, we could probably ditch all this. Probably could. We don't need it anymore, but there's still a bunch of fuel. I'll wait until the last minute to do that. Kittle's in space, says Johnny Ray. Yes, we are. I keep getting error messages from... it looks like I dropped 3,900 frames. Have you guys been getting that? I just got a message there. I just got a message. We dropped 3,900 frames. I don't know when that happened. I haven't been paying attention. But, yeah. Stream status is poor. Well, let me guys know if the stream's working okay. I don't know. I've been getting... I guess the message has been going on and off. I don't know. And if maybe it's not working, maybe you guys can't talk to me. I don't know. Oh, JW said it's okay, so... Heck with their messages, right? Okay, we are 750,000. We'll just change this back to sea level because we don't care how far above the ground is. We care more about the atmosphere. You're so mad that you don't have salty snacks. You gotta have snacks, JW. Gotta have snacks. Okay, here's our electric charge. We're at max. Oxidizer liquid fuel, pretty low. Ablator is how much heat shield we have, and monopropellant is our RCS thrusters, our command module. Okay, fine, looks good here. Okay, it tells me at some point it looks like we're dropping a couple frames here and there. Like right now it says 4,091 frames dropped. Like we just dropped more frames. 4,200 frames dropped. 4,230, 4,286. It's telling me we're dropping shitloads of frames. So, hopefully that's fake news. Like, it's going nuts, like dropping frames right now. 4,400 frames dropped. If you guys aren't seeing that, and you guys are hearing me clearly, then I guess that's good. I guess that's good. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's speed up a little bit. Let's go 50 times speed. Get a little closer. Fine and good. I guess, and I usually use Streamlabs OBS. For the game channel, I've been using regular OBS. That way I don't have to mess with the settings I have for my regular coin channel. I know that's probably dumb, but that's the way I'm doing it. So just now, just speeding up that little bit, we went from 1,300 meters per second. Now we're doing 2,200 meters per second. You really speed up as you get closer to the planet. That's what gravity does. It speeds you up. But we slowed down considerably, which is good. Well, you're streaming in 60. Am I streaming 60 frames per second? Did I set it that way? I didn't mean to set it that way, but maybe I did. Okay. Alright. Anyway, we're coming in pretty hot. But that's okay. Let's just check our map view again, make sure it all looks good still. Periapsis 30,000. And we're going to start hitting the atmosphere. So I think we're just going to do it. I think we're going to be good. I don't think we're going to skip out of the atmosphere. I don't think we are. If we did, worst case, we just have to come around again, and then we'd land. But I think we're coming in at the right angle. I don't need to do any more burns. I'm going to go back to the map view. I'm going to aim prograde for just a second, which is the direction we're traveling. That's what prograde means. So this marker on the nav ball, the circle with the 3 lines, if we burn in that direction, that's the direction we're traveling right now. And that would just increase our speed, basically, in that direction. Retrograde is this symbol with the 3 lines going opposite, all apart. This is the opposite of the direction we're traveling right now. And then if we burn that direction, we slow down. But I'm going to aim prograde for just a second. And as I aim... Do I want to do this? No. I want to aim retrograde for just a second, because I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to stage right now. I probably should have saved before doing that, but that gets rid of our landing stage. And now it's just us in the capsule, all alone, with a heat shield and a parachute, and the rest is left to gravity. So our craft will be going to the atmosphere, exploding and blowing up and all that stuff. It'll be going nuts. We're good. It's super fake news. Yeah. Okay. So we're at 136, 135, 134. As soon as we get down to 70,000 meters is when we hit the atmosphere. And we're going to start getting some speed, some heat. Hopefully we don't die. And we're at 2,500 meters per second. It's like we can't. If we didn't do all that burning earlier and slow down, we would have been coming in well over 3,000, maybe even close to 4,000. I don't know the exact number. We would have been coming in very fast, meaning that we would have generated so much more heat, and it would have probably increased our chances of exploding. So I think we needed to do that slowdown, and I'm glad we had that extra fuel to do so. Otherwise, if you don't have extra fuel to do that, like I said, instead of coming in to where our periapsis is about 30,000 meters or 30 kilometers, you'd want to set your periapsis to maybe 60 or 55,000. So you'd slow down in the atmosphere a little bit, but then you'd leave again. You'd go back around the planet a couple times. You'd be doing some, atmospheric burns, like aerobraking is what they call it, I believe. Okay, we're getting close to the atmosphere. We're at 93,000. You have like 8 kinds of cereal but ran out of chips. Damn. What kind of salty snacks? I guess like if you had like any like frozen fries or potatoes or something, you could like cook up some fries. That's what I would do. Okay, we're coming in. Here we go. 80,000. I could have sped this up and made it go faster, but I didn't. Now I'm keeping my craft pointing retrograde, which is costing us a little bit of battery. Not that much, but it costs us a little bit of electric power to do this. I think that's what I want to do. I want to stay retrograde. If you just put on stability assist or even turn it off altogether, just naturally the shape of your craft should keep you pretty stable. You don't need to do that. Now we're in the atmosphere. We're still speeding up because it's so thin, but at some point really quick we're going to start slowing down. And you'll see some heat effects on our craft. We're still speeding up. 62,000, 60,000. I should have saved before doing this. I didn't do it though. I should have saved. You got frozen nugs. You already ate dinner. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're getting close to... We're still speeding up. Okay, 55,000. There's the heat effects. Now we're maxing out our speed. We should start slowing down any second. Now we're starting to slow down. Okay. And this is the scary part. This is the scary part. Uh-oh. There's the heat. That's the heat inside the capsule. It's going up. There's nothing I can do at this point. I hope I don't die. We're coming in pretty damn hot. Literally hot. That's a heat warning meter. Can I right-click on this? And, I don't know what it's doing there. I was just seeing if there was like a heat meter. It's not telling us, but... Oh, we're getting heat on, or no, that's heat on the antennas, probably. That's probably what that is. So the antennas are getting a little bit of extra heat. That might not be inside the capsule. I think that's just on the antennas. Our capsule's fine. Our capsule's fine. It's that the antennas are just getting a little bit too much heat. They're sticking out a little bit. There we go. We're just coming in. If we go to our map view, actually we don't even have to look at it. Our periapsis is way negative. We're definitely landing. We're probably going to land in the ocean. Looks like a lot of ocean down here. But it's dark and it's hard to tell. I could switch to the map view. Let's just do it. Yeah, we're going right into the ocean here. There's a couple pieces of our craft, the debris. We need to actually switch back to the other thing before we land. There we go. Again, here, our parachute's the only thing we got left to do. It's in the red. It'd be dangerous to open our parachute going this fast. It would rip right off. Jeb's rocking out. Yeah, look at him down here in the corner. He's rocking. I could go in the capsule view. And look out the window, and we could have saw the fire and stuff. There are some people I've seen play this game, they play the entire thing in capsule view, which is pretty crazy. So they just rely just on the instruments and everything. It's pretty crazy. Alright, still dangerous to open parachute here. We're still going too fast, but we're still slowing down. Let's turn off retrograde. We'll just let the craft naturally go down to the ocean. Right now it's okay to open parachute, but we'll wait a little longer. We're still slowing down. Rocket speed, yep. Gosh, this game is more stressful than I thought, guys. This is stressful. Hey, there's the moon way out there. Pretty cool. So now if I just forget to open my parachute, we die. All that wasn't for nothing, we die. And we lose all of our science because we didn't transmit any of it. So hopefully this parachute works. We're going to go ahead and open the parachute. Now the parachute isn't going to fully deploy until we get lower. It's set to deploy at 1,000 meters, I believe. Probably should have checked that before deploying it. Probably should have checked that. Now, worst case, if you knew your parachute was dead, you can eject. Right now, you could do EVA, and your Kerbal has a parachute on his back, and you could take all the science, eject, and probably survive a parachute landing. There it goes. Our parachute's opening. We're slowing down. Hopefully, we slow down to less than 10. Okay, we're going to go 5. Ooh, I hear coyotes going nuts outside right now. I don't know if you can hear that at all. Probably not, but they are going nuts out there. And I got my headphones on so where I can hardly hear my own voice, and I got my doors shut, and I just hear the coyotes going nuts. But that's what happens when you live next to forest preserve, I guess. When Among Us kicked Fall Guys. What are you talking about? Oh, Fall Guys is way better than Among Us. I saw our friend Unspoken Ouch playing Among Us earlier, And he had an interesting, I mean, I guess what they do to live stream, because if you just play Among Us the normal way while you're live streaming, anybody that's watching your live stream playing with you can totally cheat and they'll know if you're the killer or not, the imposter, I guess, so it's like not fun. But they just change the rules. Basically, they play hide and seek. So right away, they announce who the killer is, the imposter, and then everybody else just runs around and they set like a time limit to try to avoid getting killed, and they set timers like you can only kill people like every. So they try to make the game fun during a stream, but yeah, I don't know. Better make sure they aren't eating human. Oh, they were going nuts, man. They were going nuts. I'm on a stream right now. I can't be bothered with that, Manda. If they're eating a human or something, then it's what can I do at this point? It's done, you know. No, they probably just hear another dog or something, and I heard a couple dogs here barking, but it didn't sound like right outside my door. It sounded like it was up on the hill, you know. So there we go. We're done. We're done. Let me just do a crew report. Can I do a crew report from here? From Kerbin's water? Yeah, there's probably nothing else I can do here. Looks like we've already done a crew report from there before. So now what's left here is recover vessel. Recover vessel. Kittle reading half the chat again. Uh-oh. Is Flip Cup the program I use? I don't know what we're talking about. I'm not reading anymore. I'm not reading. Oh, like the people in, cab view. Yeah, there are people that do just the capsule view. So, okay, so we just got a bunch of science. We got 945 science on this mission. There's all the stuff we got there. That's awesome. All those experiments we did by going and landing twice. The surface samples. We got 2 surface samples, which was great. And the recovery of the vessel gave us some science. Perfect. We also recovered some parts. We get $2,000 for the parts we recovered. The whole rocket, I think, cost us about 50 or 60 grand. So we only recovered a little bit. The crew, we recovered. He gained 3 XP. Nice. And we're done. There we go. Total reputation went up. Now we got 1.75 million. We had about 800,000 when we started. So we basically doubled our money, and we got tons of science points to spend now. Woo! Yay! And that's still showing me dropping tons of frames. It just, I don't know. Maybe it must be some setting I have. And yes, I do see that I have it set at 60 frames per second for some reason. I don't know why, but probably don't need it set at 60 frames per second. But you know what? If you guys say it looks good, sounds good to me, I'm not going to be bothered by it too much. So let's go to mission control. There's one for exploring Kerbin. Docking on or around Kerbin is a stepping stone to building bigger and greater things. So dock 2 vessels in or on or around Kerbin. I mean, that sounds easy to do, but do we want to do that now? I don't know. Position satellite in a specific orbit, science data, surface outpost on Minmus, orbital station. There's a whole bunch of stuff. What left do we have active? We got 3 things to do on the moon. Well, 2 things, really. Plant a flag on the moon, perfect. And then science data from the surface of the moon. Those are 2 that we'll do in our next mission. We'll do a moon landing. As standard, he leaves 4 words out, and then usually the last sentence. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Coyote ate your cat like 5 years ago? Oh, that's crazy, Scrappy. Oh, we have people hear that all the time. We have people here saying that they have, like their little dogs will get eaten and stuff. And it's not just by coyotes. They got mountain lions here that'll eat your small animals. And they're danger to kids, too. So they're a little dangerous. But I haven't heard of any kids getting attacked anytime lately. So that's the next thing, I guess, is a moon landing. And we'll check the contracts again to see if there's anything else moon-related. Like here, test a Sepratron 1 while you're orbiting the moon. Do we really want to do that? I mean, we get $100,000 for doing that. So we could build our moon lander, put a little Sepratron 1 on the craft somewhere, do the test, and it really won't affect us at all. So we might want to do that. But the problem with that is we need to be in an orbit, and our altitude needs to be between 80,000 and 90,000. That's very specific. It's not impossible to do, but it's a pain in the butt, kind of. And we got to remember to do that, and you got to do it through staging. So we'll have to make a separate stage just for that Sepratron to do it? Wow, that's, it seems a little crazy. Well, right now it says I'm not dropping any frames. Like, it was just a period there. Like, I don't know what was going on. Maybe I had a lot of neighbors using my Wi-Fi that I don't know if they have my password or not. But, yeah, it was just really dropping frames. Or maybe something in my computer in the background, or maybe my PlayStation was doing an update. Who the hell knows? But, so that's that. Do we want to accept that contract? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I mean, we could test this decoupler splashdown for an easy 14 grand. That's a real easy mission to accomplish. You know, forget the missions right now. Forget the missions right now. Alright. We've been playing for 2.5 hours. We've been playing for 2.5 hours. Do we want to keep playing, or do we want to take a break and then maybe play Fall Guys in a little bit? Uh-oh. You guys know what that noise means. I heard that noise. Did you hear that noise? I heard that noise. Let me see if I can bring this up. Right there. Kittle got game. 783. Thanks for the subscription, everybody. Whoever did that, thank you very much for the subscription. Awesome of you to do that. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Thanks for subscribing. We got 1 subscriber right at the end of our stream now. That is awesome. So here we go. We got 745 science or 945 science points to spend. But, yep, that's what that meant, JW. Do we... And you know what the other problem is, Amanda? Like, I've been reading the chat. When I set this up, this is a stream I set up through YouTube. And I have the stream set to where it's going to have a lot of lag, basically. Like, I guess it's whatever the lowest or highest latency, not the lowest latency. Because I don't need to be that interactive, I guess. We're not doing an auction. And I wanted to have the stream be as stable as possible. When I play with PlayStation, there's only like 4 or 5 seconds lag for most people. You guys see that when we do our stream sniping and testing. Here, I tested right at the beginning. I had 20 seconds of lag. So, when I'm saying something, by the time there's just a lot of lag in this stream. Now, when we're just playing the game, and if I'm not talking to you guys, none of you will notice that. And it doesn't matter. But if I'm trying to have conversations with you, you guys notice the lag. So I'll quit talking to my chat. That's what I'll do. All right, so we got 945 points to play with. The question is, do we spend any of those right now? Or do we do our moon landing? Because we know the craft we got right now, we could just call it Aiden 2, launch it to the moon, land, come home. We probably have enough fuel. It'll work as is. It'll just work as is. And then we'll get more science, and then we'll spend all that, and we'll decide what our next mission after that is. Or we could probably spend a little bit of it now, and maybe make our moon landing a little bit better. Let's see what advanced electrics. Is there anything here that we get? And the one thing that we'd want to do is try to unlock a new science experiment. Because if we unlock a new science experiment, that means we can earn more science and a new science from different locations. Electronics. This is a science experiment. The double C seismic accelerometer. I believe this only works while you're on the ground somewhere, though. I'm not sure about that. I think so. Yes. Which, when properly settled on a firm service, detects an accurate seismic activity. So this would give us a bunch of science when we get there, but to get this, we would have to use 300 of our points. We can add that to our craft, though. That's something to consider. This here is just some more probe cores, scanning technology. Here's a surface scanning module. I don't think that gives us science. There's a survey scanner. Atmospheric fluid spectrovariometer. That would give us science in our atmosphere. But you know what? The moon and Minmus don't have atmospheres. So that wouldn't really help us too much. And that would cost us another 300 to get right now. Yeah, we're on normal right now. Yeah. I should be using low. I just set it to normal because it's the longest, and I kept it at the most lag just because I didn't want to... I didn't know like if I'd have a good connection or not, and I've seen I've dropped... It says during this stream I've dropped 7,043 frames. That's what OBS tells me, and that's 1.2% of the entire stream. That seems like a ton, but you're right. If it's 60 frames per second and everybody's watching at 30... Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I should just... I think I probably need to change my OBS settings to where it's not doing 60 frames a second, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I need that. Not with this game. I could understand if I was playing like Call of Duty or a real like action-packed game where 60 frames might make a difference than 30 frames. But I think for this game, 30 frames, you're not going to notice a difference or much difference. So I might have to change that. What other things can I unlock? Or what we could do, I could redesign my whole craft and unlock this command module and bring 3 people to the moon. I could bring the scientist, I could bring an engineer. But I would have to spend 90 to unlock that, which gives us, it gives us ladders so we can climb. Gives us some stuff. We could go through here and get flight control, which gives us some mono propellant thrusters. This command module gives this helps us build like a space station too. I could do that. And then landing, advanced landing. Getting these better landing struts would help too. I think what we do is we probably just... Hey, can I stream tomorrow? Probably, Scrappy. What do you want me to stream tomorrow? I might even stream more later tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do. QT Warren, been a fan since you started, and I stream snipe Fall Guys. Oh, very nice. By accident. Well, alright, QT. I appreciate you being a fan, and hope you're subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Anyone that's watching this, I hope you guys are subscribed. It would mean a lot to me. You guys are well welcome to get in my current giveaway. Let me type in the command just so you guys have that. Make sure you guys are in. There's only 2 days left to get into that giveaway for a bunch of free crap. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference to just get that gravity detector. Not for that kind of money. We might want to spend more money getting heavier rocket parts and more aerodynamics for those rockets. I think what we do is just do the moon mission with the crafts we got. Because with this money, the other thing we want to do is we're going to want to upgrade our launch pad. Like, for example, right now our max vessel weight is 140 tons. The way we designed our vessel to begin with, it was like 145 tons. We couldn't launch. But if we spend $282,000 right now, we can make an unlimited size, unlimited weight. Which we got 1.75 million. We should probably just click that button and do it. So we did it. Now our launch pad is at max. We can launch whatever the hell we want now. Vehicle assembly building. I didn't mean to click on it, but we did. Let's go back to our view. Vehicle assembly building. I just clicked on it again. 2 times in a row. Come on, man. Fuller said cross-platform's coming out? Oh my god, Scrappy. Shit is gonna get real when cross-platform comes, because I got like... What do we got? We got at least 4 or 5 guys we know that play on PC, and they're all gonna be wanting to stream snipe and play with us. And then we... Oh, dude! Me and Fuller Goal can do a collaboration, and we can share all our subscribers and everything. And we'll only let people play with us if you verify you're subscribed to both of us. What do you think about that, Scrappy? We're going to get to 1,000 just by doing that. Me and Fuller Goal will do a 24-hour live stream until we're both at 1,000. No stop until we're both at 1,000. I don't know. I'm not putting words into Fuller Goal's mouth. I'll have to talk to him about that if that happens. Okay, so we can also upgrade our vehicle assembly building. That costs $845,000. Right now, max parts supported is 255 parts on our craft. By doing this, we can have unlimited pieces. I don't think we're close to maxing that out. We're not going to spend that money. Tracking station. All this really does, if we spend $500,000 to upgrade this right now, it gives our antennas more power, which we'll probably want to do that before we do a Duna mission, which is Mars. And this will also let us start tracking unowned objects. So there's asteroids and stuff out there. So like if we just go into our tracking station, for example, we can see all of our spacecraft we got right now, which is basically just the Durbin relays and the Air Cub grind relays. And you can see all the connections between them. Got one around Kerbin, and then several around the Mun. We could just do a mission at some point, too. There's a mission right now to put a what do you call it? A satellite in a really high orbit above Kerbin. We might do that. That's easy to do. And it's on a pretty equatorial orbit. It'd be easy to do. We could do another Kerbin or Durbin relay mission, or another Air Cub, send a few relay networks around Minmus, just so next time we go to Minmus, we might not need a pilot. We could get a good signal out there. But yeah, by the time we go out to Duna, which is way the heck out here now, it's not really lined up with this, but it's the next planet out. We're going to want stronger antennas to reach our craft and to be able to communicate, probably. Now, we don't need that, really, if we bring a pilot, which we'll probably be bringing a pilot. But if we want to have any, if we want to build a really big spacecraft that has a lander on it, and also has a couple satellites attached to it that we leave in orbit, which we might want to do, like build a huge craft that has all this stuff all at once, then maybe we'll want a bigger antenna to be able to connect to those. I think might be a good idea. Because think about it, we could build a big lander, shoot it out to Duna, and on that lander also have like 3 little satellites attached to it that go into orbit and stay there after. And so when we leave, we'll have the satellites out there. Now remember, with Duna, or what we do is build a lander, a manned lander, with enough gas in it, enough fuel, to also land on Ike. Because Duna has a little tiny moon named Ike. So we might want to try to do both of those. Or we do separate missions. We'll send out the satellite relays, then we'll send out the lander with our people and do it all separately. Or do we go to Duna, or do we go to Eve first? Eve is the next planet in. It's kind of like Venus in this game. And I believe Eve has a really tiny moon named Gilly. I believe that's the smallest object that you can land on in the game. Really small, very low gravity, very hard to get an encounter with. It's so small. And hard to land on, too, because it's like you bounce right off the damn thing if you don't land perfectly. So, yeah, I wonder what an ETA is. So if Season 3.5 is supposed to come out, I've heard that they're going to do it. They've done that the last couple times, Scrappy. They've done updates mid-season where they add another level or two. And I've heard that they're going to be doing that. They're going to add another level in the next week or two, which is probably the mid-season update. Oh yeah, QT Warren, did you tell us what your screen name on Fall Guys was so we know if we see you again? JW was asking that. And, I mean, then you can have some real fun going out to Jewel. We'll do some missions out here. These missions take a long time to get to. Well, look at Jewel. It's like a huge gas planet. You can't land on it, but it's got 5 moons. It's got Lathe, Val, Tylo, Bop, and Pull. So, really cool. And I think people like going to Lathe because it's like a water. It's kind of like inhabitable. You can like live on there. It's like got atmosphere, and it's mostly ocean, but there's some islands. Really cool place. I've never progressed far enough in the game to do missions out this far. What I've done is I've done all the missions around, Kerbin. I've landed on the moon and Minmus several times. I've done missions to Duna. I built a space station around Duna before, and I went to Eve a couple times, and then that's about all I've done. I haven't gone to, like, the outer planets. So, pretty cool. Can you see how much delay there is from when you text to when it says the number of messages in the corner? Doesn't say messages in the corner on this. I'm on my You mean on PlayStation? Yeah, it does that. Or is that how you see the lag? I guess maybe that's how you see the lag. Cross-platform has been leaked, but don't know. I think you're going to hype it up for Yeah, I think they would be maybe talking about it more if it was coming soon, but that'd be awesome if it came mid-season. But you know what? If it doesn't come until Season 4, remember, there's about 40 days left in the season. So, what is that, a little bit over a month? Right now we're in the middle of January. So yeah, maybe by the beginning of March, we'll see Season 4. Beginning to the middle of March. And yeah, if they can have cross-platform by then, that'll be pretty damn cool. And for those of you that haven't seen it, the furthest planet away, which I've sent a probe to it before, an unmanned probe, because it takes forever to get there, is Elio. It's supposed to be like Pluto, little ice world. There you go. So we could probably send a probe there, an unmanned probe. But the problem is sending an unmanned probe there is very difficult right now, because we could launch it there, but we wouldn't have enough signal from our station to be able to control it. So what we would have to do first is send out like a relay network probe somewhere around here to be orbiting the sun, maybe a few of them. So then it would send the signal from that and then boost it and then send it out to our craft. So we're not ready to go that far. We're not quite ready to go that far. Oh, that is? Okay. That is your name there. So what else can we upgrade? We got our astronaut complex. Here are our current astronauts. We got a pilot, an engineer, and Jebediah. Those are the only ones that have been in the space so far. These guys, Bill and Bob, haven't been in the space. I'd like to start ranking these guys up to get them higher levels, because then they can do more things. But again, my spacecraft only holds one person right now, so I unlock. We can hire new astronauts at 79,000 bucks each. It shows you their courage versus stupidity. I really don't know what a good mix is. Do you want someone that's really courageous and not stupid, like Bob Doc right here? I don't know. Maybe if he's an engineer, that's what you want. And then for a pilot, do you want someone that's really courageous and really stupid? Or do you want someone that's not stupid? I don't know what the good mix is. I don't know what you would really want. So, I might have to look that up and figure that out. Not sure. Anywho, let's just take a look. Is there anything else we want to do? This is the administration building. I don't really mess with this. You can get like more science by doing certain things, I guess. But it's always a trade-off. It's always a trade-off, I think. Like, you give up some money for more science, or you give up some science for more money, and there's a setup cost on all this. I just haven't really messed with it. I might be leaving a lot out by, there's our flagpole. We can change our flag. We're not doing that. We're going to cancel that. R&D, we looked at that. Mission control, tracking, space plane cleaner, and our runway. We could upgrade our runway if we're going to start flying planes, but I find that pretty boring in this game. Doing the planes, they're just slow and they take forever. So, I think that's going to be it. It's 9:45 almost my time. I think I can take a little bit of break after this. Chill for maybe a few minutes and maybe play a little bit of Fall Guys tonight. I kind of want to play some Fall Guys now that you guys have been talking about Fall Guys. And I don't think I have the energy to do a moon landing right now. Even if we just go in and do the same craft. Which I think what we'll do is we'll just go into our building here. Vehicle assembly building. We can then load in. Open. Aiden 1. It's 65 parts and 8 stages. We'll load it. We can rename that Aiden 2. Maybe look and tweak a few things if we think we need to. I don't think we need to. I think this will be fine. And I think we can just go there as is, right to the mun. I think we'll have plenty of fuel. I don't know if we're going to play the game and do a couple hops, like and go to different biomes. I think we'll just land somewhere and then come back home. And then we'll use a bunch of science, spend it, and be happy with it. Yeah, this whole craft costs us $44,000. So it does cost us money to do it, but we get a lot of money in contracts and science, and it's worth it. And there again, United States Space Force is our space program. Awesome. Alright, need to add some satellites. I think we might need to, Craig. And we could do that pretty quick. We could just go right here and go to open, and we could do... What was the last one we did? It was the Air Cub Grind. We load that one. That was this monstrosity. So it was this huge rocket, and it has 3 satellites, 3 relay satellites. So 1, 2, 3, and we just disconnect each one in the spots we need them. and we can launch those. We could name that something else, and probably get that to Minmus. And if we don't think we can get that to Minmus, we just add more boosters, you know? I think it's plenty of fuel to get to Minmus. And that cost us 67,000 bucks, so that's expensive. But let's just take a look, because I think we might have... And that's unmanned, so we don't lose any people. Let's go check out the Air Cub grind. I think we might still have, like, a big chunk of the vehicle left. Yeah. You know what? We had a ton of fuel left in this thing. Well, not a ton in the main tank, though. I mean, the main tanks were pretty damn empty. So would this be enough? And this is in orbit around the moon. We can find the moon right there. And so instead of just separating the satellite, we left the whole thing in one big piece. But this whole upper stage, we didn't use any of the fuel. So it does have a lot of fuel left in it. Actually, this whole tank's full. This whole tank's full. This engine never got used. Oh yeah, so we have tons and tons of fuel. We never even finished using our booster. So this is plenty of fuel to put a relay network around Minmus. And also, now if we go back to our Space Center, it's probably also more than enough fuel to get to... Because this is what we would want to do. To really set ourselves up for a good Mars mission, or a Duna mission, this is what we do. This here is... Kerbin. We already got our little relay network around the Mun, Air Cub grind. We got 2 satellites going around there. Really, we wanted to have 3 satellites around to make the best relay network, in my opinion. We can launch another group of 3 around Minmus, right? So we'd have a relay around there. And then what we'd want to do is zoom way out and maybe put a relay network in an orbit, like around here, like around the sun, between Kerbin and Duna. So they'd be out here and space them out kind of evenly, so there'd always be like another level of relay. So for example, right now, Kerbal's way out here, Duna's way over here. If we had a satellite right here, we could bounce off that satellite to Duna. But if Duna's over here, we might have another satellite here, we could bounce from there to there. And there'd always be like a relay net around the sun that would help us out to get to the further planets. Now we might even want to go crazier. We might want to extend that relay network and put it out here beyond the orbit of Duna. So we would go from Kerbal to our satellite maybe here, and then to Duna. Because then that helps us reach Drez and Jewel someday. And I think that setup that we got right now is enough power to get us into the orbit around the sun and to put a relay net out there. So, you gonna blow it up? No, I'm not also gonna blow it. You can also fly it to China? Well, if we zoom in to Kerbin, you'll notice that right over here is the Kerbal Space Center. These aren't like real countries. This isn't the Earth. This is Kerbin. So, I don't know where China is. None of these... Which one's China? I don't know. There's a big crater here. There's the North Pole and South Pole. I don't know which one China is. So, now there is a mod that you can download for this game, JW, that's called the Real Solar System mod. It basically turns Kerbin into the Earth, gives it the moon, then you have all the real planets you can fly to, and a lot of people like playing that mod. Again, right now I don't have any mods on this, so... Anyway, so I think maybe that's what we do. What do you guys think? I think next time we play, we're all set up. We don't have to do any building, because that took an hour of this stream, is building our damn moon rocket, Aiden 1, pretty much. So we don't have to do that next time. I think we can just go, boom, land on the Mun, get a bunch of science, and then probably launch another Durbin or Fugly or Aiden, whatever you guys want to call it, another relay network around Minmus, just so we have it, and then maybe launch another relay network a little further out, like maybe in a solar orbit, somewhere around. You can try to do that. If you do a survey, you get 5 free crowns. What are you talking about? Where's that survey? I need those crowns. I'll do whatever survey they need. If they need a blood sample, I'll send it to them. What do they need? For 5 crowns? I'll do it. What's up, Lara Croft? How you doing? They want to give people that fill out a survey. Where is this survey? Where is this survey? I'll give them whatever they need. Whatever information they need. Alright. So I think that's a plan for the next stream. I think that's a plan. I think. When is that next stream going to be? I think it's going to be Saturday. Because Marmello, I told them last night, everybody, I think I was going to stream Kerbal tonight and maybe on Saturday. So, and Marmello seemed really excited about that. And guess who didn't even show up here at all tonight? Marmello. So he missed Kerbal. So Marmello, if you watch this later, you missed it all. So, congratulations. Congratulations. We'll see you the next time, right? Hello, Lara. I'm for the people. In Fall Guys, there's a survey. Well, I'm going to have to check that. Does saying that twice make it more effective? I don't know. You want to just blow something up, Manda? Is that what you want to do? Here, let's go blow something up. Let's go blow something up real quick. Let's just build a new spacecraft. Let's just use a core. Let's use the Probodidyne Octo. We'll do that. We're going to put... let's see how fast we can get it going. We're going to put a fuel tank on it. The big guy. Let's put the big guy. Boom. Let's put a big antenna on this so we can control it. Not a relay. Not a high... We don't need to be that big of an antenna. Let's just put the commutron right on the top. Boom, that's good. That'll be good. So big fuel tank. Let's do 2 of those. Big fuel tank. Big engine. And couplers. Let's get this thing going real fast, right? You guys want to go real fast, right? Like crazy fast. Let's get 12. Is that 12 or 8? 1, 2, 3. I think that's 8. Let's get 8 of these. And let's put huge solid rocket boosters on this thing. How about that? How about that? Man is like, yes! We're for the people. Okay. And we gotta make this a little bit aerodynamic. We're not stupid, right? So let's do a little bit of aerodynamics. There, now I feel better about that. This is gonna blow up. Alright, structural. Let's go put some struts here. So these are all connected. And then we'll go from here to here. There, so now that should be a little bit more stable. We'll do some more struts between here and these. We'll do more struts at the bottom so it doesn't shake apart. How fast is this sucker gonna go? Do we want to do struts at the bottom? Yeah, let's try. We'll go from here into there. That didn't work. So let's get rid of that. I get kind of underneath it, don't I? I'll go from here to the inside there. Okay, those worked. So they're connected at the bottom of each now. Oh boy, oh boy. New Line's basement is getting flood, huh? Alright, so do you guys think that's enough? Do you guys think that's going to be good enough? Or do we get stupid? Oh, no, I don't want to have 12 times symmetry on. We do this. Then do this. Oh, this doesn't snap. I was going to build like a little tower in the middle and then put a chair at the top of it and then have somebody ride on it. That's pretty close, right? I don't. You know what? I don't have the piece for. I don't have the chair unlocked. I don't think. I don't have the chair unlocked. Dang it. Well, we can use our imagination, I guess. Dang it. I don't like using my imagination. Let's just put one of these on there, though, right? No, that's rotated the wrong way. That ain't gonna work. There we go. Let's just imagine that somebody would sit on that. How about that? What's up, New Line? Been here the entire time. You volunteer as tribute? Alright, that's where you sit. Well, we've got to put one of these launch stability things on, right? I don't want to put it there. I want to get this. Oh, this is screwing things up. Let's just put one... You know what? Let's not even use that. Let's just see if it falls over at the launch pad. And let's just see how fast this goes. Is there anything else I want on this? No, none of that. Let's put some fins on it. What the hell am I thinking? We gotta put fins on this thing. Delta Deluxe winglets. I need 12 of them. Or 10 of them. Or 8 of them, I think. Yeah, 8 of them. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna go like a... And we don't want wheels or landing gear. We don't want heat shields. We don't need any batteries or solar panels. We got an antenna on it. Cargo. Experiments and jetpacks. No. We can put lights all over it, but... No, okay, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. And I'm not going to save this. I don't want to lose all this money. This costs $47,000. So let's just put... What are we going to name this? Are we going to name this Basement? Basement Flutter? Basement Flutter... 1. Basement Flutter 1. Okay. It's just a prototype. Just a prototype. So we're going to go ahead and save. And, yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. But let's go. Let's launch this sucker. Oh, I did not check my staging. I didn't check my staging. I don't know what's going to fire first. We might have to go back and check that. Actually, no. All the solid rocket boosters are going to go at once. And, you know, we can move it right here. And all the engines are... The one engine's going to go. This is going to be fast. Should we go straight up? Or should I go up and then sideways? Should I try to go sideways? I think we should go straight up, right? I don't know. Let's see how fast it'll go, right? Go straight up. Alright, so you guys let me know. I'm going to turn on stability. I'm going to go full throttle. Light it on fire. Felicia's... Yeah, Felicia. There's a seat right on top for somebody. I don't know. You guys ready? It says, feck it. Let it on fire. Alright. We're going to go in 10, 9, 8, 6, 7... Hold on, I counted wrong. I was reading chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Holy crap. It's got some fuel there. Oh, we're going to turn it sideways pretty quick here. Oh, once you light this solid fuel, there's no going back. Let's go sideways. It's hard to control. Oh, look at the heat going on. Oh my god, I'm gonna blow this thing up. Oh, it doesn't like going sideways. Oh, now it's going down. Oh, I can't control this thing anymore. I can't control it anymore. This is gonna be stupid, but I'm gonna get rid of the solid rocket boosters. Okay, they kind of blew up and hit each other. Alright. Now this is very difficult to control. There we go. Whoa! I'm surprised this middle part made it. Alright, we're going fast, but... Can we crash into China? You can aim for that island. Oh, we're going a little fast here. Oh, it's heating up. Look at this is getting heat effects. That might blow up. The seat up top might blow it up. Might blow up. Oh, we're going 3,000 in the atmosphere. Yeah. Oh, this is all going to blow up soon. Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone. She gone. What happened? Oh. Outcome, catastrophic failure. I should have put a heat shield at the top to sit on. Catastrophic failure. We had a liftoff, a minute 14 in. We separated stage 1. And at 1:15, the radial decoupler collided into the rocket max fuel tank. And so did a couple of the other solid rocket fuel boosters. The nose cone collided. And then at 2:16, the Probodobodyne octo exploded due to overheating. Okay. Alright then. Well, alright then. Let's go visit Marmello. Alright, so we can revert to vehicle assembly because I don't think that was fast enough. I don't think that was fast enough. So we're going to go back to the vehicle assembly and make a little bit of an adjustment here. So what we're going to do, I think, is add more boosters. What do you do? When it's not enough, you add more boosters, right? So let's go and go to couplers, radial decouplers, zoom in. How do I zoom in? This shift key. We're going to click on every one of these. We're going to add more boosters to the sides there. This is going to look stupid and crazy, but no, not those ones. We want the big ones. I think those are on there, aren't they? No, they're kind of crooked. There we go, now they're on there. I think they are. No, they're still not on there. It's hard to see this without zooming way in. I think that's right. Okay, that's good. And can I fit another one on the side of that? Let's see if we can do this. Can I fit another one like right here? Let's go here. Was that gonna work? And let's go payload. No. Structural. No. Yeah. Aerodynamics. There it is. Aerodynamics. Nose cones. And then nose cones. I think that's gonna be better. Why stop at one more ring? Keep going? Well, yeah, we don't want to get too crazy, do we? So now let's add some of these. Let's add some of these. Let's add a bunch of these. If I click it. It's freaking out already. It's not letting me connect them. There we go. Let's just connect those to those. Might not be able to connect them at the bottom, though. It's being weird. Okay, that kind of worked. Let's connect these ones right here if we can. Okay, I think those wing. I think as we separate these, they're just going to blow up. So these all separate at once. Those light. Those light. Now we got to change the staging of this. So let's add another stage up here. Which ones are these? These are the interior ones. We want this up here. So we're going to light those later. Those will light separate. these will light, and then these will light all at once. So these 16 boosters will light all at once. Then those will all separate all at once. Probably blow up my fins. So you know what? Let's get rid of the fins. They're not doing anything. Those are just going to blow up anyway. And that'll all separate. Then the middle ones will light. Then those will separate. But we want our engine to be lit from the start. Alright, let's see if this sucker works. Heat shield at the top. Yeah, let's do a heat shield at the top. Thermal heat shield. The biggest heat shield is... Let's make sure we can do this correctly. There we go. Now it's backwards, though. That's not right. How do I flip this? No. This is tool, move, tool, rotate. Select a part to rotate. I think I can... Did that work? Okay, I think that works. Now that's the heat shield pointing straight up. I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work. So let's go ahead and save that again. Oh, I should have saved this as basement flutter too. Oh, I already messed that up. Alright, I saved over it. Struts, we got plenty of struts. Plenty of struts. Need more fuel cells? Nope, we're going for it. We're going outside first, then inside side. That's what we got going. I think this is going to work. Now this one I might want to go straight up. I think this one we might want to go straight up, because going sideways gave us too much heat. I just want to see how fast this will go. And by going straight up, when we separate all those outside boosters, they'll fall straight down. They should. Let's see how fast this sucker goes. Max throttle. Can I count to 10 this time, or am I going to mess this up? I'm not putting Jeb on this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, we got liftoff. Going straight up. Actually, this thing is so heavy that it's not going to go that fast. There's a whole, I think it's called like a rocket equation if you study like rockets. The more power, the more fuel and power you add doesn't necessarily mean like you'll end up going fast, because there's like weight involved. I don't know. It's like an equation that adding more fuel tanks isn't always better. You need more engines too, but these boosters are doing pretty well. We're going straight up. We're getting a lot of atmospheric effects. I'm already tilting. Something's off balance. Oh, that thing in the middle, that tower in the middle is like broken looking. It's like tilted over to the side, making us turn. And we're spinning just by itself. I can't control that. Solid rocket boosters are almost out. We're going to separate. Is this going to blow up my rocket? Actually, that was pretty beautiful. Let's light the next part. That was actually pretty beautiful. The heat, yeah, the middle part. Well, it was just leaning to the side. It was leaning to the side a little bit. Now I think we want to go sideways. What do you think? Maybe even point down a little bit to get more speed. I don't know why we're spinning, but making it hard to control. We're going fast, I'll tell you that. I think we just made it into orbit, really. We might have just went into orbit, like accidentally. That was actually a pretty good design, if I do say so myself. And we're going 3,600 meters per second. Let's check out where I'm at. Oh, we're not going in the orbit. We are going this way. We're going way too... We're escaping Kerbin. We got a Kerbin escape trajectory. Where are we going? And we're going to be going... where are we going to end up? We're basically in an orbit going... Actually, between... This is our brown line. That's our orbit. We're going to be going in lower than Eve and getting pretty close to Moho, right next to the sun. So yeah, we are in a solar orbit now. Okay. That's what we did. Alright, so that was a lot of power. Oh, and we got 3 contracts done. What did we get? Explore Minmus. Oh, we already had done that. Explore Minmus, we had already done that. And return from the service. So that has nothing to do with this ship. Okay. So we're going to go, this is Basement Flutter 1. We'll go back to the map view. We're out of fuel. It's just coasting. We could just leave this in orbit forever if you guys want. Should we just leave it? Count it as part of our game? Or do we reset it and save that money? What do you guys think? We're almost going out. Would have kept going up. Oh, we made it out. We made it out. Oh yeah, if I would have kept going straight up, I don't know what I would have done. I just wanted to get some more speed, so I would... Because if I went straight up, I'd probably come straight down. Eventually. You sometimes think Jupiter's your home? What do you guys say? Do we waste that 45 grand or whatever it costs? Well, I don't even know how much this rocket costs. Probably cost a lot more when we added all those boosters. Let's go back to the Space Center and see what we got. We can always revert it still. Just leave it? Alright. JW says save the money? Okay. What we had like 1.7 million? Ooh, no. Hold on. Let's just go here. We'll go to vehicle assembly and we'll get to see how much it cost. We'll go here. Cost 101,000 bucks. So we didn't. I mean, it's not a ton of money, but we did spend it. So we'll leave. Amanda's like, don't waste money. Save the money. Reset it and save the money. All right. We can always come back and play with the Basement Flutter at another time, I guess. So we'll go to tracking station. We'll go back to... Oh, these are all the Basement Flutter debris. Oh, those are all the, let's zoom in and look. Those are all the different, things we, separated. To show it? Yeah, they're all right here, the debris. Those are going to fall back to suborbital tracking. So those will fall back into the planet eventually. But Basement Flutter 1 is on an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. We're going to fly that. Yeah, 100K. 783 subs on the road. We're on the road. Actually, I can show that for you guys. 783 right there. And we'll go here. We're going to go... Let's see. Can we revert? Hold on. Maybe it's not letting me revert now, because I think it went to the... Is it because I went to the Space Center and went back, now I can't revert the space flight? Let me go resume. How the heck do I revert to the last thing then, huh? I might have messed that up. Maybe we don't get our money back and quit. I thought you could always revert back. What is the button to do that? Is it escape? Revert flight. It's grayed out now. I can't do it. So I might have screwed that up. Oh well. Tend to leave a trail of debris. Well, I guess Basement 1, Flooded Basement 1 is going to be staying in space. I did not know that you can't revert once you go leave the craft and come back. I guess that kind of makes sense. I need to be careful with that, like when I'm playing other missions with people on them, especially. Alright, screw it. We're saving the game. Save game, screw it. It's only 100 grand. And Basement Flutter is now part of our game. Oops. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. It was fun. We wasted another 20 minutes having a little bit of fun trying to blow stuff up, and we accidentally made it into orbit. And I think, you know what, actually, Once this, you know, we'll just do it right now. We'll do it right now. I think, let's go Basement Flutter 1. We'll fly it. Once we speed up time and actually escape Kerbin's sphere of influence and make it out into interplanetary space, I think we get an achievement, and it gives us more science and money anyway. And, did we put an antenna on this? I should have put a relay antenna on this. There's a small antenna right here. Oh, where's it at? There is an antenna here that survived. We do have an antenna on it. I don't think it's a relay. If we would have put a relay antenna on this, this would have became a relay satellite for us. But then I think we would have had to put power on it. Like this right now, it has almost a little bit of electric charge. Oh, I just lost a sub. There we go. Thanks, guys. Oh, jeez. Let me get that off here. It's just giving you guys reasons to unsub me. Thanks, guys. Alright. If we would have put battery on here, because right now we're out of battery on this craft. Electric charge 0. We could have used this as a relay satellite if we would have... Actually, if we really thought this was going to survive and make it into space. But our heat shield looks good. Our heat shield looks good. Oh, we got the sub back. Very good. Thanks. Thanks for playing around with our sub counter, everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and right there it shows no probe control, like I can't control this and move it if I wanted to. We're going to go into map view, and what we're going to do is we're going to warp to right there, warp there, speed ahead of day, and then we're just going to speed up time a little bit, 100 times time, to a little bit more, and we should have just gotten accomplishment right there, because now we're in interstellar space, not interstellar, interplanetary space, and right there, world's first milestone. Oh, look at that. $38,000 and $36,000. And then 2 science, and 4. So it's the first orbit of the sun and the first flyby of the sun. So we got most of our $100,000 back. Now, we would have gotten this money anyway at some point in the game, but this craft got it for us now, so I guess it wasn't a total loss after all. We're now in orbit. Too bad we didn't put batteries on it and solar power, and we could have used that as a relay. But forever, Basement Flutter 1 will be somewhere between the Sun, Eve, and Moho, and Kerbin. Hopefully it never comes back and collides with us. That'd be a little bit embarrassing. So let's go back to the craft. Say goodbye. We'll never see that again. Space Center. Done. Go check my email and call them out. You know, I probably could, but yeah, it's okay. Unless they have their subscriptions set to, what do you call it? Unless it's not public. Yeah, I don't see that. I just got an email. Alright, everybody, that is it for our Kerbal Space Program. We're going to hit escape. I think that's what we do. We hit escape here. Save game. Save. And we're going to hit escape again. Quit to main menu. That's why you took it off. Too many people are messing with it. Right, yep. And there we go. And there we go. Mun or bust. And there we go. Kerbal Space Program. Anyway, thank you guys for watching us play some Kerbal Space Program for the last 3 hours or so. We did land on Minmus. I'll have to change the name of the stream later, just to make it clear that all we did was the Mun landing. And then, we'll do we did the Minmus landing. Next time we'll land on the Mun, and maybe put some more relay satellites, and then we'll either after that, I guess in the next few episodes, if we keep playing this, we'll either build a space station, or we'll plan a mission to Mars, which is Duna in the game. So we'll have to do one of those two. Or maybe we'll do both of them. Just got to decide which to do first. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, for Kerbal at least. I'm 50-50 whether I'm going to play Kerbal or Fall Guys after this. I don't know. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll see you guys in about a half hour or so. Or maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Mikey had homemade meatloaf and french fries for dinner tonight. It's 1:18 a.m. in Maryland. Stay safe, everyone. You guys have a good night. And how do I end this stream on a computer? I gotta hit the button over here. We will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with a smiley face. I hit that. Now you guys will see how much lag there is. You guys have a good night. Stay safe, everyone.